it is when I get up in the building, right? Sheesh. Can money make you happy? How? We in a mindset power room. Big Stack coming in hard today. I ain't playing with nobody. Today I'm turning up. Jay, what we doing, man? We going all the way into that. Can you make money? Can money make you happy? Jay with me. How? We gonna be in the mindset power room. I need y'all to gear up and get ready. Otis, come up here ASAP. Robert, you know what it is. Look, we going all the way in for the kill today. I'm talking about money. I want to talk about if it's gonna make you happy. What you doing with the money? What you doing with the bag? I want to get into it today. Welcome to the XP. Right? Welcome to the XP Mentor. Come up on the stage if you guys are at the bottom ASAP. I want to talk to everyone. Let's go. I'm inviting everybody on the stage. Let's get it in. Thank you for coming through, Otis. I appreciate you, brother. We about to make this room go crazy because the money part, the mindset part, I really want to have a conversation today. If you guys are at the bottom, come up. Ebonice, Rose, Aline, everybody raise your hand. Carmen, this is gonna be crazy today. Angelise, everybody get up on stage. We wanna be active in the hallway today. As soon as you guys get up here, let's share it out. Let's get up on the stage. Let's get into this conversation. But today, can money make you happy? And how? We're in the Mindset Power Room. Tracy, thank you for coming up. Carmen, please come up. RJ, please come up. Ebonice, please come up. Dana, please come up. Angelise, come up. Professor, come up. Everybody come to the stage, right? I want you guys to understand what's going on. Can money make you happy? That's the first question. Let's get it started. Let's warm it up. Robert, I don't know if you got anything to say. Otis, Jay, let's just start this up. Let's warm it up. The mic is open. The floor is open. It's going to be a great conversation. Let's dive in. Who want to take the mic first?
Back with the pack.
RJ, let's go.
How you doing, Jay? Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Um, I've never, I've never chased a dollar, but I found out how to love what I was doing, and the dollar will follow me. And when you got money, and you got to what you do with the money is not the dollars what you do with it, but I used the dollar to create financial security for me, so that I didn't have to worry about a dollar again. And then when I get with you guys and some other people that talks about financial literacy, it be, and I tell you like this with no disrespect, I play with money like I play Monopoly and play with chess. Money is a tool and a resource to get you where you want to go. And yes, I do love having money coming at me all the time where I don't have to worry about my car note or my house note. And I realize money is a bartering system, but what makes me happy is to deal with.
Hey, it's Robert. And it's the old saying that money doesn't buy happiness, but it's sure a good place to start. Money can take care of so many things and be able to give you freedom. It can, give you the opportunity to live in a safer neighborhood, to drive a safer vehicle, all sorts of things. It doesn't need to be, opulence and kind of over the top. There are just certain things, and it has a bearing on your health. Ease. Your body's out of ease. So that's stress. And one of the greatest, if not the greatest form of stress in people's lives is based upon finances. So, I love what the gentleman just said, that, if you find something, it won't be like work. And that will also then come out because that'll also be part of mindset. All of that comes into play when you're in a good place. So, but then it also comes down to, okay, what if your finances aren't right? What if they? Well, that's when it comes into the old fake it till you make it. And that doesn't mean running around saying, hey, I'm a millionaire or hey, I've got this. Untruthful, but in your own mind, believing that you're where you're at want to be, you just haven't been paid yet. And also, so I truly believe that money can make you happier. It doesn't guarantee happiness because it's in your head you got to be happy, but it's going to take away a lot of pieces of stress. It should be able to aid you to be healthier, and you know what? Healthier, wealthier. I got to say that adds to happier. This is Robert Lennon.
Kudos to that, Robert. 100% right. I'd rather have the money than not have it, because that's definitely, when you do have it, it's one more stress that you can most likely strike off of your list. Um, Having money, definitely, to pay your bills, not having to worry about, how it's going to get paid, and just the ability for me to know that the more that I have in abundance, I can help somebody else, and that makes me happy also. Just to be able to do that. Dropping the mic.
Hey, hey guys, this is Cynthia. Hope everybody's having a great day thus far. This is a great topic. I always love this. Can money make you happy? How? Well, I found that something that Robert was saying, where people used to live in that state of being faking it till you make it. I've never been good at faking anything, so that I crossed that off my list. I'm not really good at the faking part, but I get what he's saying about the mindset. You have to see it, manifest it. I get all of that. In my latter years, I grew up the oldest of six children, so I went without a lot of things coming along. And my parents always said, "You understand," and you understand because you're the oldest. But I never told them really I didn't understand. I didn't want to understand because you just didn't do that back then. You just took what came your way. But I'm learning in the latter part of my life that money, it doesn't buy it, but it definitely it will afford me a lot of things that I didn't have in the beginning. And something Jay said when I first started coming in the room, being in ministry and being a Christian, you have a lot of limiting beliefs in the church about money is evil, this, that, and the third. So I'm having to overcome a lot of limiting beliefs as I grow on this journey as being an entrepreneur. And he said something one day that made a lot of sense. But the word says too that the poor you will have with you always. He never said I had to be the one to be poor. He never said that. So and I got that down in my spirit really, really good. He said, but would you rather be poor, or would you rather be able to make money to help the poor and to help other people? And that made a lot of sense to me, and it really clicked in my head. So being a coach, I used to do a lot of things for free, and I still do it as part of my ministry. But at the same time, I can help more people by making money and educating people on whatever it is I choose to do in my ministry, my outreach ministry. So you do have to overcome a lot of things when it comes to money, your mindset, your limiting beliefs, what you truly believe, what you want, what you deserve, what you have in front of you. And it is a tool to open a lot of doors. And it helps break generational curses. It helps break, you eat better, you live better. You either pay on the front end or the back end with medications, or you take better care of yourself. And so a lot of things have to shift and change when it comes to money. It is definitely a major tool in your life to make a difference on how you live and even how you die. So it's so many different ways to look at it. But I'll stop right there because I feel I have a lot of opinions about this, and I've lived a lot of life when it comes to money and not having enough money. So I'll just stop right there. It's a great room. I look forward to hearing what everybody has to say, and I'll chime back in later. Again, my name is Cynthia, and I'm done speaking for now.
Yeah, this is Otis. So the answer is yes. So I don't think anybody can dispute that. Yeah, money can make you happy. Now, is it enough to keep you happy? Absolutely not. You get used to it just like anything else. But I think people misunderstand the importance of having it because of the world we live in. You know, you've got people that are desensitized and just getting up and going to work every day, and they don't really understand all of the forces that are working against them on a daily basis. Um, and if you want to, if you want to really get extreme with it, we all got that alert. They have that system that alerts all of our cell phones if there's a nuclear missile heading our way. And if we got 3 hours notice, who's getting out and who's not, right? Who's going to the airport and who's not? You ever try to book, a ticket for your family the same day you're leaving? You're probably looking at 20, 25, 30, maybe even 40,000, depending on how many people you have with you to get out of there, right? Now that's an extreme situation, but understand what that really means. Money helps us protect ourselves. It helps us defend ourselves. If somebody accuses me of something that I didn't do, and I am in a position to, unwillingly enter the legal system, I have to be able to defend myself. And most of the people, well, let me not say that. Let me not say that. There are people in the legal system that don't care whether you're innocent or guilty. It's, there are other agendas involved in that. So I have to be able to have an adequate defense, not just in a criminal court, but in a civil court. Our kids go to school. It does take money to get good education in a lot of different areas. Now, not all areas. There are some really good school districts, public school districts out there. But look at what's going on in a lot of these schools. And not to say that bad things don't go on in private schools, but on a large scale, look at the public school system. Look what's happening. Look at how kids are being indoctrinated. Right. So I made the choice to take my daughter out of public school, and she's going to private school. That costs money. So the anyone that says that money cannot make you happy is just delusional, or they don't have it. That is a myth. That is not true. And I haven't heard anybody be able to present a legitimate argument for that, even spiritually. Right, spiritually, I have affiliations with multiple churches, and I was in ministry exclusively for 3 years, and I had to fight that limiting belief. There was a stigma attached to money. But if your house burns down and you're homeless and you get on your knees and you pray to Jesus Christ for some help, who do you think he's going to send? He's not going to drop a check out of the sky. They don't have no printing check printers up there. He's going to send Otis. The Holy Spirit will say, "Hey, Otis, you need to go help this person," and Otis has the money to be able to do it. So I'll land my plane there, but I don't think the conversation is as long as people think it is. I think it could be a pretty quick conversation.
Come on, Otis, let's go. Appreciate you for coming through, man. We needed that. Dropping the gems, man. Please chime in whenever. Can money make you happy? How? Mindset room. We getting it in. Ping the room out. Share the room out. Have more people come through because we're gonna be diving in and having a fire ass conversation. If you guys are enjoying what's going on so far, put some ones in the chat and also share the room out and ping the room out so we can have more people come through. Who else wants to snatch the mic and keep the conversation active? Can money make you happy? Let's go.
I believe it
Let's
can,
go, Professor.
Professor.
Why? What's going on?
Money answers everything. There's a scripture in the Bible. It's Ecclesiastes 10:19. It says that a feast is made for laughter, wine makes merry, but money answers everything. So it also says that the love of money is the root of all evil. So there's that scripture that I use and Dean of the Financial Department, XIXI. Our goal is to create 1,000 generous millionaires, and that takes money. And with Christianity, churches are always looking for money. It's been mentioned before. It's something that's necessary. It's just to satisfy a person's basic needs. That takes money. When you get sick, it takes money. Even the people that are out there that are living in poverty, they have to have money. Sometimes it comes from the government. Sometimes it comes from charity. Well, you have to have it just for the basic necessities, for food, water, and shelter, and clothes. And if you want to get nice stuff, that takes money. And just even some of the services for the basic things like electricity and water, things like that, that takes money. And then there's this thing called financial problems. Guess what the answer to that is? Money. So, achieving a dream, people waiting to retire to do things. Well, if you had money, you wouldn't have to wait. So I think that money, to me, is the answer to everything. And that takes a mindset, and that's what this room's about today. Is that it's the mindset power room, and it's mindset about money. People have negative uh, beliefs about money, like the one I mentioned, that money's the root of all evil. But no, it's the love of money that's the root of all evil. Money can't buy happiness. Yes, it can. And that comes from a scarcity mindset. And I've learned to adopt an abundant mindset. So I see opportunities everywhere. When there's a problem, I see an opportunity in there. There's a chance to make some money and solve a problem for other people. So people that live with that abundance mindset, they're the ones that create wealth. And so I land my plane with that. Thanks for.
Hey, this is Tracy.
Tracy.
Hey, hey. Absolutely. Money can make you happy. Money can make everyone happy. Money can solve a lot of the things. Money is a human construct, but is also a form of abundance that the universe has given to all of us to be able to make. And the thing that I love about money is it enables us to amplify, to spread, to share the abundance of everything that life has to offer. I know when I have money, I am my happiest because I can do for others. I can help my family. I can help my friends. I can help people on the street. I run a nonprofit organization. I can help the people that my organization is trying to help and to reach. And none of it is possible without money, be it money to pay for bills or money just to have a good time, just to help show someone that there's beauty in the world. Money can afford you to be out in nature. I mean, to buy the hiking boots, to get the four-wheel drive, to buy the fishing rod, whatever. It takes money to do these things, to take the time off, to go to the retreat, to go meditate, to even sometimes even have a place to meditate, to be able to get there. um, is one of the things that I've heard is money is the lubricant of life. Once again, that is something that us as human beings have done to each other and have done to life. But it is a truth that we need money to get through, to get by, to talk and communicate. None of us would even be here right now if we didn't have the money to buy the phones, to pay for the technology that connects us. And I know I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see the faces. I'm happy to see the voices. I wouldn't have that without the technology, and I wouldn't have the technology without the money. So, absolutely, money can make you happy. And I end the mic there.
Well, I do want to say that it can also destroy you too. And one of the things
More
about
notice.
money, one of the things about money is if you have whatever demons that you're fighting, I don't care whether it's drugs, alcohol, women. I can only speak for men, so drugs, alcohol, women, like whatever your vice is. If you haven't been able to conquer that demon without money, when you get money, those demons get a lot stronger and they're a lot more powerful, and it almost makes it impossible to be able to overcome certain things if you weren't able to conquer them without the resources, right? So I do want to note that I've seen more people destroyed by money than I have people that were able to take it, understand it for what it is, a tool, right? A tool like a hammer and nails don't make me happy, but the house that they built does. It brings me joy, it gives me comfort, security. So I think when they have the right perspective, I think it could be an advantage, right? Deuteronomy 8:18, God gave us the power to gain wealth so we could establish his covenant with Abraham. Like there's a reason for that, right? But he also says, and I think somebody else said it just a little while ago, the love of money. And we were talking about, or they were talking about how the love of money can be the one that separates you from God too. And so you really have to look at it on a larger scale, right? Can it make you happy? Yes, but you get used to it. Just like when you get a new car, it makes you happy. Then you get used to it. I did a deal 2 months ago. We closed on a deal, and it was and we got about $180,000 out of that deal in profit. And that same week, there were two things that occurred that week that I remember. One made me happier than the other. The one that came in second place was the money we made from that deal. You know what came in first place? I walked into my cabinet that week, and I found those. And somebody had bought those peanut butter Ritz crackers. You know, the little ones that come six in a pack. Those Ritz crackers made me happier than that deal closing, because you get used to it. It's just a part, you get desensitized to it, and you understand that with money comes responsibility, and in many cases, with money becomes more debt, and people don't structure their lives the correct way to be able to handle the increase in income. So they buy more stuff and they mismanage it and all these other things. And in some cases, money can cause more stress. So, I say all that to say, look, it can destroy you it's almost easier to destroy you than it is to make you happy. Right. Anyway, I'll land my plane there, man. This could be a 5-hour conversation now that I'm thinking about it. But go ahead, Stack, man. Mute me, Stack. I'm on mute right now. I'm gonna
Nah,
unplug my
nah, nah.
mic
You
right
good.
now.
You got a good point there because a lot of people will let the tools and the things that put in front of their face destroy them. As long as you use the tools and the money and the resource that you have for good, I feel like you will not get distracted. Put some ones in the chat if you guys agree. But I do agree with you, Otis. If you're on the wrong path, you're doing the wrong shit. You're tuning into the wrong people. You're tuning into the wrong things. You can destruct yourself and blow up. I've seen it. I've seen it happen plenty of times. I've seen people get a lot of money and get to a certain point and then crash and burn because they didn't make the right decisions or the right investments or they got addicted to certain things. So I understand, Otis. I feel you, bro. I see it. I see it all the time, especially around my age and what I'm doing around in the industry I'm in. So it's important that we touch on that and talk about it. I'm glad you talked about it because you get to a certain level, people can let money make them crazy, delusional, and it'll drive them crazy. So I love it. Let's keep the conversation going. If you guys are just now joining,
Yeah,
we're talking about
you
can
know,
money make you happy? Mic open. Let's go.
yeah, man. Yeah, to that point, it's the old saying that money just makes you more of who you are. It can magnify who you are. And, to what you both are saying, if you're a really, really good person, you know what? Money's going to magnify that. Then you're going to be able to do a lot of great acts. You're going to be able to help a lot of people. You're going to be able to pay things forward. Unfortunately, if you're not a very good person, money can enable you to do a lot of bad things because that's just kind of who you are. So it really can magnify you in one way or the other. So obviously, you need to know. It was a great point that Otis made. You need to know how to be able to manage money because if you don't, then that's going to make you miserable. To have, there's nothing worse than, it's not that big a deal to never have made six figures in your life, but it's a huge deal to have made six figures and then lose it, or seven figures, whatever number you want to use. If you've never been used to something, okay, you just never knew. But if you got it and then you don't, that can really have an impact on you, and that could send you down, another rabbit hole. So money does make you more of who you are. So we got to be careful with that too. Just want to, that's why XP Mentor, here we are. We're looking for a million millionaires, just like what Professor Dalton was saying also. He is talking about, people that want to give back, people that want to be able to help, that they're friendly and they're loving and they're compassionate and they're paid forward kind of people. That's why we're building this room. That's why we're building this mindset, and that's where we're going. Okay, so throwing this up, who's else going to jump in here? Popcorn style.
I will real fast. Just something that Otis and Robert were saying, and you two stacked. You were talking about the flip side of money. I have a degree in criminal justice, and I love watching criminal shows where people, investigate crime shows and things like that. And one of the two most reasons that people kill other people, and but this is facts though, is over money when there's a lot of money at stake. And it can be people that have, status and degrees, and held high in the community. And when the money, the pot is, they have to share it or to inherit it. A lot of people do things like that. Sometimes it's a little bit of money, and sometimes it's a lot of money. And I think what I love most about it is trying to figure, the psychology of it, how people think and why they do what they do, and different things like that. I've always been intrigued with that. And so, and then, being in criminal justice. And the other thing is I like watching documentaries, and I stumbled across something one day on about Skid Row. And I didn't realize how long Skid Row had been there, and how broad and wide it was, and how where homelessness has gotten in the country. And prices raising, inflation, COVID, all sorts of things like that. And so and it was kind of sad, some of it, where people, they're contained within certain blocks, and these people that could literally be their physical address if they had nowhere else to live. But people were comfortable as long as they were in that section. And a lot of it boiled down to money, who's taking care of whatever. You got the government and money, and it makes for some vicious enemies. And just watching where people get on that level when it comes to money. and not being able, and I know this is a sensitive subject and not meaning to step on anybody's toes about whatever, but just the facts of it. And it's facts, because you're going to have those people that are less than with us always. And so it's always again, it goes back to the mindset and the psychology of it, that money really can bring out the worst in people when it comes to money and who's to do what, and the government, and um different things like that. So like I said, I've always been intrigued with that, Stack, and it's always that's a part of society that we have to deal with. They don't go anywhere, and it just seems to get worse. And so, but again, it's the mindset of it, what people's mindset and what they're thinking about, and what people had, and I've lost people and family members, and then people that we've been family close, tight all these years, and someone dies and has something for somebody else to get, and then everybody just turns vicious. You see people's fangs and things come out, and claws, like, like what happened to family. So money can destroy a lot of relationships, families, and different things like that. So that was just a flip side of money, and it does come with the territory. So it was just a thought. Just the thought. Money, it affects every social status in the world, from the highest to lowest, in every country, every language, everything. So again, I guess it goes back to the love of money, would be the root of all evil. And so I guess that's one thing that doesn't discriminate when it comes to society, is money. So but I'll stop right there. It was just a thought in my head. Again, my name is Cynthia, and I'm done speaking for now.
Hey
Cynthia,
everyone. Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's
Go
go.
ahead,
it's okay.
Amanda.
I'm just gonna go real quick because I'm at work. Cynthia, your thought triggered me to think about how powerful money is, because you said it destroys families. You went a couple of different aspects with it, so it is just um, very, very powerful, and it's what you do with that power when you have it is really what's going to tell, how happy you're going to be or not with it. But that's what I thought when you were sharing. So just wanted to throw that out there. The power of money. Whoever was speaking, sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, no, no. I think we were speaking at the same time. Good afternoon, Stack, Jay, Robert, and all other moderators. Thank you for letting me speak. This is Ebonice in DC. I think that money is an ingredient for happiness. It's one of the ingredients, as we know. It's many different, parts and vehicles that can be a part of your happiness. But for me, I think money is a contribution to happiness. Like, it does cover your basic needs and securities. And, of course, those are the things among some of the things that keep people up at night, like, being able to buy food and, and shelter and healthcare, that money can, assist. That's all a part of, happiness. And money does give opportunities, for people like Otis spoke of, being able to choose between your child, going to public school versus private school, and, being exposed to other, educational opportunities. I think money is a part of your enjoyment. I believe it was Tracy that spoke on, being able to say, if the where you are right now in that day, you just want to kind of go on vacation, go on a retreat, do things like that. Of course, it requires money. Of course, money helps us with our financial stresses. Again, these are things that keep us up at night, being able to pay bills, being in debt, or just being able to, put aside something to see generational wealth down the line. But what money to me does not guarantee happiness is, your purpose and fulfillment. It's not guaranteed. If you don't know your purpose and fulfillment, that's a spiritual relationship. Money cannot do that for you. We know many of people who don't have a lot of money, but they have a great solitude and a great wealth of spiritual peace, right? And sometimes, most of the time, when you go into your silent places, I believe that spiritual peace is way more wealthier, right? But it does help when you have both the finances and the spiritual peace. Social relationships, your emotional bonds and relationships, money can tear them up, money can bring them close, So I do, just in short, I do believe money is an ingredient to happiness, but it is not the guarantee to happiness. Thank you for letting me speak.
The ingredients for happiness. If you guys agree, throw some ones in the chat real quick. Let me see who's in the building. The ingredients. Like that one. The ingredients. I need y'all to get up in the chat, blow it up, share the room out, ping the room out. But I agree. It's the ingredient for success. You can use it for your success. You can use it to amplify things you got going on. You can use it to trigger things, right? And to blow things up. So yes, I think it's a great tool because we all need it, to move around in society, to get things done, right? You need it to eat. Me and Jay like eating maestros by the water. You think that's gonna cost some money? You feel me? Do not be afraid to put your name on the bag and get the bag because it's gonna make you happy. It's gonna be able to take care of more people. And like Robert was saying, it's only gonna expose you are more. If you're an asshole, it's gonna bring more out of you, more asshole out of you. If you're a good person, it's gonna bring good shit out of you, right? Like me, I want to help out over 1 billion people. I want to take over the social media. I want to give back, right? There's a lot of things that I want to do within my name. It's about leaving a legacy. If you're not going hard trying to leave a legendary legacy, then what are you doing right now? So I love this. I love this conversation. Let's keep pinging the room out, sharing the room out, and let's keep diving in. Who else is taking the mic next? If you guys are
Hello.
just now joining, we're talking about how can money make you happy, or does money make you happy? Mindset Power Room. Let go.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. This is Rose from Alabama. I like the topic. I wasn't going to come up, but thank you, gentlemen, for
I'm
inviting
glad
me.
you came up. Why you wasn't
But
gonna come up, Rose? You wasn't gonna come on my stage, huh? What's
no, I
going
was
on, huh?
not. No, I was not. But I love it
Oh,
because as thank you. I'm so grateful for what shared thus far. And what I would say is, money buys you time. And I think everybody pretty much covered what was said, and I don't want to sound redundant, but I think the most for me that stands out is time. Unfortunately, it's not fully, it doesn't, you don't really get it, at first as a child and as a teenager, and then you go to college. We all choose careers that's the sole purpose is to make money, to keep a roof over your head. So, the basic hierarchy and stuff like that. And then as you grow older, you're like, wow, okay, you start navigating um places and people. You meet them and you're like, wow, okay, this is what this person is able to do. And then you learn more about them, and then you grow and become better. Me, as a mom who's raising a special needs child, I mean, it literally, I have to calculate now how much money it's going to cost me to raise him, and then when I'm gone, what he needs to survive. And then I have to take into consideration inflation. So it literally, sometimes children have a way of flipping the script on us. Because when we're young, we're just like, well, whatever, whatever. But when you start having children, you think about your own legacy, what you want to leave behind, which you touch on, Stack, and then you think about them, and then, you realize that you want more for them. And then that's why, as Otis was saying earlier, you work so hard to be able to remove them from one environment to another, because you don't want them to have the childhood that you have. And I think sometimes our own childhood is a great motivator, but I think also looking at how the economy has changed recently, a lot of us are like, well, I think I need to plan ahead, not just, you know, be always in a survival mode, because we see what survival mode does to us, and there's so many studies been done, like the studies, ACES, they call it adverse childhood experiences, and poverty is part of that. And sometimes, when a child or a young person has experienced those things, and then it's basically the whole base of the studies has been to calculate how many traumatic experiences that happen to a person, and then how it's going to affect your health later on. And poverty is listed in them too. So when you don't have, poverty also means, lack of proper nutrition, educations, and your mental state when you in those kind of stressful situations. So like the young lady was saying earlier, it is an ingredient, and when you don't have it, or it's missing, it's not readily available. Yeah, the mental stress and the strain that comes up, it's not fun. So yeah, it is a valuable ingredient. However, um, it also buys you time. When you don't have it, you worry a lot, you lose time, and then you make decisions that are not there. And I think what I love about this room is allowing us to have the right mindset to it. Yes, you want to earn it, you want to receive it, you want to buy time back, but however, make your intentions clear enough that when you lose it, or if it were to happen, you don't kill yourself. Because I've seen that. I've seen people who lose a certain amount of money in the stock market, and then they want to take away their lives or take away their families, or something like that. But at the same time, we just have to also think ahead, like for events where you lose, how you recalibrate, how you basically pivot your emotions around the loss of money. And that's another thing sometimes we don't talk about. Yes, it's an ingredient, but how do you pivot back when you lose it, or if you have a setback, or you have some kind of delay? Because that's something, me personally, I've been pivoting, this past couple years, especially after the pandemic. I've worked in healthcare, and I had to like pivot because of my child, and I literally had to leave healthcare. And the amount of money I was making, I couldn't do it. So I had to think about my mind around it and try to pivot and try to basically get money to be able to survive and then start over. So a lot of time we're not prepared as far as, when your income will change, how do you go back and get to where you need to go? And then how to overcome the depression around it when you don't have it. So that's my part I wanted to contribute as well. Thank you.
Come on, we in the building. Make sure you guys are pinging this room out, sharing this room out. I appreciate everybody that's been coming to the room because we're talking about can money make you happy and how. We're in the mindset power. You guys are just joining. Ping the room out, share the room out, get active in the hallway because I want more people to join the conversation about can money make you happy? We really want to have a conversation style. I really want people to dive in, grab the mic, and have a conversation. Can money make you happy? Mindset Power Room. Who's next to grab the mic? Appreciate you, Shantae, for coming through. Steve, Shantae, Lindsay is here. Let's go, Lindsay. What we doing? Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh my gosh, so many powerful things being shared around money and our relationship, the power in which we give to money as well. And oh my goodness, one of my favorite mentors ever said, money doesn't buy happiness, it buys opportunity and options. And that was like one of my favorite things. Like when you have money, you have the ability to make it possible to not only generously pay forward, donate, create, but also it buys your way into opportunities because you can go experience the things, build the relationships alongside the others who are doing the same thing. And so it gives us options. It gives us the ability to say yes to the things that will serve us, support us, help grow us. And it also allows for us to pay that forward to others. And if you believe in the law of attraction, if you believe in the science of getting rich, and that we are and we get the energy that we are and that we put into this world, then we know that that is something that when we have more to give in the generosity tank or from the generosity tank, the more that that will be in full circle or full flow. And so it will be coming right on back to us energetically. So without a doubt, money to me does not make you happy. I've met very, very wealthy people. In fact, I'd like to know if you've ever met someone who has, a lot of money, maybe you think too damn much money, or simply far more than enough money, and yet they have very little happiness. Go on over in the chat and put an exclamation mark. If you have met
Get up
someone
in the
who you
damn
believe,
chat for Lindsay. Get up in the damn.
so get on over there. Go put some exclamation marks. If you've met someone who has a level of success, maybe you admire it, maybe you envy it, maybe you honor it, whatever it may be, but you have witnessed them have that level of success and be super unhappy. And I know, I'm saying this and I'm throwing my exclamation marks over in the chat too, because we all, I feel, have met someone like this. And so that's proof. It is not in question. If money was able to buy happiness, every wealthy person would be happy. And if we've met someone who isn't, then it already proves that that is not true. But it does provide opportunity to say yes to the things that make us happy, to support the things that will encourage our happiness, to follow and chase our dreams relentlessly. And so money buys opportunity and options. Those are my two favorite things. And it is with that what we make of it. And so I'm excited to hear what others think in relation to this mindset. But that is what comes from a deep knowing in me. And with that, I'm going to toss it up because I'm excited to see what everyone else is
One
saying about this.
options. When I'm going, Otis, I want you to come in too. The options, bro. When you
What's
have
going
more
on,
money,
guys?
it
Stack.
unlock. Hold on. One minute.
Oh, I come back.
I got you, Dre. I'm gonna pass it to you. I said it opens up so many options, and those options can be endless to your success. When I've got more money, and put some damn fire emojis in the chat because I've been building my business up for a while. When I got more money in my business, it opened up more options. I wasn't mad at this and that. I wasn't disgruntled about this and that because the world is huge. I can do anything I want to do. I care about that. Options. Lindsaya just made me, you got me sitting back here, Lindsaya, with the yin yang right now, thinking about that. Hold on. Options. I just opened up everything for myself. When you have more money, you have more options, you have more relationships. It just unlocks a different level. Otis, how you feeling about that? Then we gonna pass it to my brother Dre. My options, man. I'm over here just sitting with the yin, bro. Like, goddamn.
So I think many people confuse happiness with joy. They are not the same. They confuse happiness with fulfillment. They are not the same. If I reach in my pocket right now and found $20 that I didn't know was there, I'd be happy for about 90 seconds. And I was at a conference, and I think it was there was a Tony Robbins conference, and he just mentioned something that was very interesting. He said, "I know 13 billionaires. All of them are miserable except two." And I thought, well, there's got to be something more to it than that. It really got me thinking. And I started to look at, okay, well, how do I feel when money is good? And what is it, what happens to me? And this is directed at Rose because she asked a question that said, what do you do when you've reached a certain level and then you lose it? And I do believe it's all perspective. I also think that the level of conditioning plays a part into how we view those types of scenarios also. For example, if somebody was working a 9 to 5 job for 20 years and then they suddenly got laid off and things got bad financially, they're going to take it differently than somebody that is an entrepreneur and has learned and understands the appreciation of failure and all of those things that come along with that. So I don't have an answer to her question, but I think acknowledging which one you are, because first of all, any negative thing that you feel, if you can't see it, if you don't acknowledge that it's there, you can't kill it. But I would invite people that are feeling those types of emotions by going through something like that to really examine why and where the fear is and what's the worst that can happen. And then once you play it all through, you realize things aren't as bad as they seem. Many times, a lack of money presents an opportunity that you never would have had because you were comfortable where you were at. If I have a month where we go in the red, it forces me to act as the person that I want to be 5 years from now, right? In the face of adversity, what do you do? Well, I would do what the person 5 years from now would do. Okay, well, who is that person? What characteristics do they have? How do they view money? What did they learn from not having it? It forces you to be somebody else. It forces you to dig deep. For example, it may force you to get out there and have conversations. It may force you to get out there and do networking that you weren't as comfortable enough to do in the beginning. It may force you to do some marketing. It may force you to, it puts you in a survival mode to where when you get through that storm, you are a completely different person, a person you never would have become had you not gone through that financial
Come
situation.
on, Otis, wake it
So
up.
I'm gonna land my plane there, man, because it's really something to get excited about, right? It's just and people, there's so much power involved with just the lenses that you see the world through. There's so much power in that. And I think people really underestimate that. I've had days where I've woke up and I was like, look, I can do anything today. Like I could do anything today. I'm gonna do, and my mind was just on fire. And the previous day, I was thinking, oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know if this thing is working out. I don't know. You know what the difference between the two attitudes were? A cup of coffee. Okay, a cup of coffee. So, so if it's something in a cup of coffee that could spark that, that means I had to give it something to spark. So it's got to be something inside me that has the power to change that perspective without an outside stimulant. And when I started to explore that, I started to talk through these ideas when I was in a space emotionally that maybe I won't be the most productive. Maybe the lenses that I'm seeing the world through aren't as clear, aren't as beneficial to me. And then once I started having those conversations, then I was able to talk myself back up to a place where I could be productive. So I know it's a ramble, but I
No,
think
that
it
was a good ramble.
That's
Throw some
good.
damn fire emojis in the chat for Otis. I need that damn ramble. We need that on the day. I need that, bro, because a lot of people don't know what it. That's why I say you gotta appreciate what you have in front of you so you can receive more. It don't matter if you got a low level of money. It don't matter if you're doing. It don't matter if you just starting because everybody got to start from somewhere. You got it. I
Can,
is always a starting point. That's why you got to appreciate the grind, appreciate where you are. So when you do receive it, you know what to do right and you know what to stay away from. So I love that. I'm gonna pass it to my brother Dre. Thank you, Otis.
can
Then I'm
I
gonna
add something quickly, if it's
yep, and then
okay?
you can add something, Rose, and I'm gonna come up and check some on my sister Ashley because I want to know what she thinks about this topic as well. So, Rose, over to you, then Dre, then I'm gonna come back up and check on
All right,
Ashley.
thank
Go ahead.
you. I just love the way Otis talks and all of you guys. But what I wanted to add is just like what he said. One of the best thing I've learned during the pandemic is, Clubhouse. And I think, I've been on stage with several of you before, so it's not the first time I'm here. I've seen you, I've heard of you, like, gentlemen, in many places. But what I love about what came out of the pandemic is Clubhouse, because for the first time, after I stopped working during the pandemic, is that I'm like, you know what? I've never, I've been a little bit too lax as far as just working and the grind and be a nurse and stuff like that. So that was the thing. I was like, no, I need to literally like expand my horizon and and start entrepreneurship, or just even use what I've learned as a nurse over the years and then convert that. So, but I that's one reason I go to the rooms to learn about, making businesses and stuff like that, because yeah, though I can find a job tomorrow, because of my profession, they're always hiring. But the thing is, it's just like I want more. Do you understand? And it's like that's why I was saying before, you're buying time, because I'm the type of person, I don't mind, working 3 days a week and then take for four off because my profession allows that. But I want more. Do you understand? And I think that's why I love the room, because it's just it gives me an idea as far as like how to pivot my time and not just help somebody else be rich forever, and I can make myself wealthy as well. So that's pretty much where I'm coming from. So I hope that helps. Thank you.
Let's go. Appreciate you, Rose. Dre, it's on you, my bro. How you feeling about the topic?
Man,
Can money
man,
make you happy? Mindset Power Room. Let's go.
you know what? You know what, man? Money don't doesn't equate happiness. For me, it's normal to have money. We put money on a pedestal, and then we label ourselves, based on whether we have it or not, and then we define the personality behind it. But it's very normal. You are currency. It's always, and the universe's, best interest to give you what you desire. But it's a mind thing. You have to be mentally rich first. You have to, see that in yourself, see that you deserve that. We were taught to think that, money is hard to get. Money don't grow on trees. You have to do this to get that, do that to get this. We were never taught to look at it as easy. We never was taught to see money as part of us. We were taught that, oh, without it, you're nothing. With it, you the best things to slice cheese. But really, it's normal to be wealthy. It's normal to have money. It's normal to value yourself, because you can't put a limit on money in yourself. Just trillions of dollars flowing through us every day, and happiness doesn't mean, yo, I got all this money now I'm happy. Happy is just being at peace with yourself, being accomplished, um, binding by guidelines for yourself. I make my own guidelines. I understand the rules to what having money is about, even at a young age, because I grew up having money. So I kind of been around people with money at a young age, knowing it, wasting it at times because I didn't understand really what it can really do for me, because, we didn't understand how to invest in money properly back in the late 80s and early 90s. And to now, what I know now, it really helps me move forward in the things that I'm doing, learning how to take money and invest it in this and invest it into certain real estate and to invest in life insurance policies or have some in the stock market. Now instead of buying jewelry and cars and clothes and all those things, we converted to that. But the lesson about money is always yours. Money is energy, so it's always in you. When you see yourself not worthy of having it, because money has a mind of its own. Money is listening, right? You tell money you don't want it, you tell you don't need it, you're not gonna get it because it's hearing, it's the energy. So when you carry yourself in a certain way with deservingness, you deserve to be happy, you deserve to be a provider, you deserve to take care of your family, take care of yourself. That's equivalent to, being that version of you that can have and do anything. For me, having money, is important because it's things that I do with it, like everyone else said. They pay the bills, they take care of their family, they provide. It doesn't, turn into this arrogant thing. But people who are not used to it, yeah, they can act arrogant, they can act like they're better than you, but all that stuff means nothing. It means nothing. We all are wealthy. We are all wealthy beings. We just have to realize it and become that, and get away from the doctrines of what money means. It has no meaning. It's just something you use for services, goods, and values. So when I have money, I'm using it for a service, I'm using it for goods, and I'm using it for value. And I don't put it in a category personally with me, right? Because I'm good with it and I'm good without it. And that's the mentality we carry. It's not about being happy. It's just knowing that you're deserving of it. Knowing that, when you're thinking in that way and directing your energy towards abundance and prosperity, it's going to seek you out. You don't have to chase money. When you're chasing these things, that means you don't have it. When you're acting desperate, that means you don't have it. Because it goes back to the mind again. Money is all mental. You know what I'm saying? You can have any amount that your heart can desire to experience, but it's how you see yourself. Do you think you're worthy of having that? Do you think it's what you think of yourself? It's the limits that we put on ourselves because it's all in the imagination. So I imagine the best for myself. I don't put the category of happiness or joy into it because it's just an experience. I can't take it with me when I leave this place. So I experience it now and I enjoy it in the moment, right? Because that's what it's for. It's for the service, goods, and value, and to enjoy in the moment. So having money, is relevant. You know what I mean? Without it, you're going to be less happy. Happiness is when not being happy is not having money, but having money, it just creates an energy that you're able to be free. It's just about financial freedom. It's about being able to be liberated, and that's all it's about. It's not about really this costume of, an image of a character, but it's just about that freedom, knowing that you can take care of your family, you can provide, you can help others, you can share. I always say I always have more than enough to give. Many of them, like anybody else, ups and downs. But I never let money make the best of me. I never let money make me. I make the money. Money is nothing without me. I give it the power. So long as I know I give it the power, and I am who I am with it or without it, it's gonna always be in my life. It's gonna always follow me. Money always seek me out. Money loves me. Everywhere I go, money with me, because I'm a money magnet. I attract good in me by the way I think and the way I feel about myself. So it's a feeling of how you feel about yourself, and the money is just sort of an umbrella that allows you to express yourself in many different versions, if that makes sense. But thank you for this space, Stack. Appreciate it.
Look, I appreciate you, Dre. We coming in hot. If you guys are just now joining, we're talking about can money make you happy? How? We're in a mindset power room. If you guys are enjoying the way the conversation's been going, put some ones in the chat. Let's get active in the chat and let's have a conversation. Let's get in. If you know somebody that wants to talk about this and it can make them happy, tell them to come ahead. Big Stack want to talk to you. Everybody on stage want to talk to you. I'm gonna check in with my sister Ashley real quick. Ashley, are you in the building? Are you here? Ashley.
Hey y'all,
Hey,
how are ya?
let's go. Look, Ashley, can money make you happy? How you feeling about the topic? And definitely introduce yourself too. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. Greatly appreciate the invitation. I'm Dr. Ashley V. Wilkerson. I'm a professional speaker, leadership expert, and developer. Excited to be here and stack with the biggest packs
The
room
biggest pack, Lego.
to support him today. So thank you so much for tapping me in. Listen, money enhances happiness. Like,
Facts.
listen, I feel really good when I'm able to do the things that I enjoy doing because money is a tool that we can all use towards the things that we want in our lives, things that we want to do, things that we want to experience, places that we want to go, things that we want to buy, things that we want to do for others. Like every single thing that we do in life, someone paid for it somewhere. Like every meal that you eat, every clothes that you put on, every trip that you take, every plane that you fly on, money was exchanged in that process for something at some point in time, whether you paid for it or someone else paid for it for you. So I think it's important that we don't shy away that money is a part of our day-to-day lives, transactions, interactions, and all the things, and we can use it. Now, does it make you happy in isolation? Like, if it's the only thing that you have, I don't believe that. I don't believe that we should be striving to only have money, create money, make money, and then we believe that that's going to be the end all be all to our happiness. No, I do not believe that. For me personally, I am actively working every single day towards my overall wealth building strategy. And for my overall wealth building strategy, I believe that there are multiple areas of wealth. Finances is the most discussed aspect of wealth, but it's not the only, nor is it the most important aspect of wealth for me personally. So for me, I am actively working to strengthen relationships with people, to have meaningful connections, to let people know how I feel about them, to be transparent with my feelings, to be vulnerable when necessary, and to express love and care and nurture for the people who mean the most to me, because relationships is a form of wealth. Social capital is a form of wealth. Are you able to tap into your network? Are you able to leverage the relationships that you have, the people that you know? Do a lot of people know you versus you knowing a lot of people? Because you get more of your goals accomplished when more people know you and not the other way around. Do you have the time to enjoy the things that you're working to have? If you are chained to a desk or a computer or to your office all day, every day, then you don't have the time to enjoy the things that you say you're working hard to build, or the money that you're seeking to accumulate. So if you don't have the time for it, then it goes for naught. If you don't have the people to share it with, then it goes for naught. If you're not healthy enough to enjoy it, if you're not healthy enough to get out of the bed or stay out of, or be able to leave your home or to do fun activities, then all of the money that you're making, you can't use it. You're going to be bedridden. You're going to be in and out of doctor's offices or hospitals. You may be
That's why they
limited.
got to stay away from the Piggly Wiggly, Ashley. You know
You
what
better
I'm
stop it, Mr.
saying?
Piggly Wiggly. I'm not doing this with you. But if you're not healthy, you can't fully enjoy what you say you're working hard to achieve in the first place. And then lastly, your overall well-being, like your mindset, your emotions, your spiritual well-being. Are you at peace with yourself, or are you haunted in your mind because of things? For me personally, I try to maintain clarity. I try to maintain peace. I try to reduce confusion in my life. I don't like drama. So those things help me be overall healthy. We have seen a lot of rich, successful people who battle with that, and the money doesn't matter because at the end of the day, they're not at peace mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. And so they have the money, but they're not enjoying the money for those reasons. So, you know, can money make you happy? I think it can enhance happiness if you're using it as a tool that will enhance and strengthen your overall happiness and allow you to pursue and attain the things that you desire to have in your life. It is not the end all be all. And I'm personally working on all areas of wealth. Thank you.
Look, Ashley in the building. Can we please throw some fire emojis in the chat for Ashley? She just ripped and ranted about money, about how it's not the end all be all, but it's definitely a tool. And that's what I've been hearing from a lot of different people in the room. It's a tool. You use it as a tool to amplify what you got going on. You don't let it control you. That's the same thing I was saying with the AI. People were, oh, I'm gonna lose my job, or oh, it's gonna take me out a bit. No, not if you use it the correct way and put it in the right, the right hands. You gotta put it in the right people with the right hands. That's why you gotta prompt it. That's why you gotta use it. That's why you gotta do the right things. So I love that, Ashley. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for hopping on the stage and giving us that juice because we needed it, right? If you guys are just now joining, we're talking about can money make you happy and how. We're in the Mindset Power Room. We're in the XP Mentor. Make sure you guys join the house at the top. Click the link at the top and also book the 15-minute call with me because I want to help level you guys up on social media platforms. I want to see how I can get you featured on media. I want to see how I can get you leveled up, right? It's about the exposure. If I can get you exposed to more people, then you'll have more of a success on your journey. So I love it. I love this room. Let's keep the conversation going. Can money make you happy? That's what I want to know right now. Let's get it in.
Stack, can
Who's
I
taking the
jump
mic
in?
next? Whoa, let go, Beth. What up?
Hey, Stack. Love you, man. Happy Friday. No, I've been listening and I deal with all kinds of people all the time, right? People with millions of dollars and people with maybe $100,000 they're going to retire with. Um, and to be quite honest with y'all, those folks I don't typically deal with. I refer out someone that's trying to purchase a property that's under like 300 grand, but they are the happiest damn people I've ever met in my life. And they go to work, they come home, and they pick up Little Caesars pizza, some crazy bread, and they sit down and watch a Netflix movie on Friday night, work's done, and they're happy. And then I go to a barbecue at a friend's house and I'm like, shit, we all have money and everybody looks miserable. It's like, it's very interesting. But the one thing that I think it was John Maxwell, we paid for him to come to a conference one time. And I think he said he's never seen a Brinks truck follow a hearse. So we can work our tails off for the money. It's not going with us. We might as well have fun now. Spend it. Get it over with. You know, I mean, yes, I want to leave my kids money. They'll be fine. But I always hear on this app generational wealth, generational wealth. Well, I come from two parents that were entrepreneurs, one that owned one of the largest companies in his, but we never really talked about money. We, we had what we needed, but not more than what we needed. We ate dinner at home. We put the leftovers in the refrigerator. The next night, we figured it out and, found something else to make with it. Um, but you can't take that money with you. So if you're going to have to work 7 days a week and not spend any time with your kids, not enjoy what you're working for, I don't think it's worth it. It really isn't worth the money. Because what I have said to multiple people in my family, we can all make money. We can make money all the time. But what we can't get back, we can't get back time. So, I mean, if all of us, I don't know how many people you have on stage, but if all of us had to go and work at the Dollar Tree and stock shelves every night to make $15 an hour, we could do it. We can make the money. But what we can't get back is the time with the people around us. So that's where it has to change. The mind shift, the mindset has to swap over to, I had to do this stack. It's been about 6, 7 years ago. I think you've already heard this story. I was sitting down in South Florida at a lacrosse game. We all pull up in our luxury SUVs. We're getting out. Our boys are getting out. They're doing their things. We all have our laptops in front of us. And a gentleman that worked a 9 to 5 came over and he looked at us and he said, You guys do realize that you came here for your boys to play lacrosse and the game's halfway over. And we were all working. We were not even paying attention to our kids. Wow, did the mind shift change? It was like, holy crap. Yep, we all just drove 2.5 hours and we're sitting here still working. And we should have figured that out because that time we can't get back. The money we can make, the money can sit on the sideline. Um, but yeah, there has to be a mindset that, you know, the title of this room is Can Money Make You Happy? Sure. It can put you into positions where you're able to do things that possibly other people can't do, but that doesn't mean they're not happy. They might be doing something else. Maybe they're making hot dogs on the grill when I'm cooking steak. Um, and they're still happy. But that was literally Stack, the biggest eye opening. And sorry, I just snapped my fingers. That was the biggest eye opening for all of my friends. We were like, holy hell. Yep, here we are. We're all still working, and our boys are playing. We should be sitting here watching them. What are we doing? You know, yeah, we can afford to stay at the best hotels. We can afford all this stuff, which is perfectly fine. But why not just sit there and enjoy watching our kids eat a hot dog from the little convenient, whatever they call them, like at a sports event? Um, but money can make you happy. I think everybody needs money. You want to keep your electricity on, right? Everybody does. Everybody wants to have running water. But when it comes down to the end of the day, if you're not happy with yourself and you're pouring yourself into your work, you're never going to be happy. It just isn't going to work out. But I will yield my mic with that.
Thank you so much for that, Beth. I totally agree. If I can jump in here, Stack, just let me know.
Take the mic. Let's keep the conversation rolling. Let's get it.
I totally agree with that. We have to find a balance because you find that people, they're working, they're hustling, they're striving, and it's at the expense of their family, it's at the expense of their marriages, and they're just not happy. So you have to be able to be happy by yourself. You have to know that your self-worth is not connected to your money, and the real important things are your family, are your friends. Those are the real things that really matter. And yes, money does make you happy because yes, we have our bills to pay. Yes, we want nice homes, we want nice cars, we want nice things. There's nobody alive that doesn't want these things, and there's nothing wrong with it. And everybody loves a good little spa day or whatever, to relieve the stress. And we need money for these things. But at the end of the day, we have to find a balance so that we don't sacrifice the things that are most important. Because if we were to get sick on our deathbeds, or God forbid, we're not going to ask for our money. We're going to ask for our family. We're going to ask for our friends. We're going to ask for the people that mean the most to us. So that's just my contribution. Don't let your money be tied up to your self worth, and don't put your money before your family or friends.
Come on, we coming in hot. Who else is taking the mic? Let's keep the conversation rolling. Can money make you happy? How? Mindset Power Room. I'm loving the shares. Let's keep it active. Who else is grabbing the mic? Let's go.
Happy Friday,
Let's go.
everybody.
Let's
This is
go,
Stephanie, and yes, I'm
Stephanie.
thankful and grateful. Hey, I'm loving the title of this room. Can money make you happy? Well, see, I've worked with money for a really, really long time because I have a finance background. So I do remember people coming into like the banks, right? You see people coming into the banks, and you will see some of them, they look really, 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 really sharp, and then some of them they would look like, you know, they didn't change their shirt yesterday or something, right? So I would notice that the people that would come in and, maybe a t-shirt and some jeans or something like that, they would always have all this money in their account. And then the other people that look sharp all the time, they didn't have as much money in their account. And so I noticed the people that had the money, they some of them hoarded it. It's like they didn't share it with anybody and they always look miserable. And so I was thinking about how money really works. Money is a currency, right? It depends on the way you move. And so if you have it, how are you utilizing it? I know one thing, money is just like oxygen. You cannot live without it, right? And so there's a scripture in the Bible. It says, money answers all things. Okay. So it gives you more options to do different things. But I noticed there's billionaires that have a lot of money and they have relationships with other people and they have all this power and they end up crushing relationships because they want more power and more money and they don't want to share it. So again, it's a tool. It depends on how you use it. So you can use it to buy properties and investing and different things like that. Um, so you can utilize it to give you options to be in a certain neighborhood, um, medical benefits, and things like that. But the bottom line is, money depends on the current that you're going in. I'm remembering that song by the OJ's. For the love of money, the love of money is the root of all evil. So that's the opposite of being happy because it can make you evil. If you're loving it more than things and people, then it can be the opposite of happy. But me personally, I'm thankful and grateful for money because I know it gives you more options to do great things with it. And if you're using it to help the community, to help other people, and not hoarding it, just to have it, but money's supposed to flow. It's supposed to keep going, right? So you wanted to build it and invest it to make more of it, to make more people happy, not just yourself, but give you options to have businesses and just different things like that. So that's my take on it, is a tool to give you more options. Just use it in the right way. I'm
Tool to give
Stephanie,
you
and I'm
more options. Look, Stephanie, we appreciate you. We love when you come in. I see Nina coming in. Let's keep the conversation rolling. If you guys gonna keep it active, let's keep it active. Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, Stack? How you doing?
On top of the
And
world, I'm good, Nina. I feel good.
good, good. Congratulations! I seen you on TV the other night. So
Appreciate you, Nina.
let
Appreciate you.
yes, yes. I'm just gonna get right into it. As far as money, making people happy, it all depends on the person, and it all depends on how they view money. I look at it as an object that is going to provide, and it's a blessing, and I could use it to help me pay off like bills, keep me afloat. It'll help me financially. It will enhance my financial portfolio. I can be a blessing to others, and I can pay it forward because I know by the grace of God I will get it back. So I'm not concerned about money making me happy because I already have my own personal happiness. So that's my take on the topic. Thank you.
I love that, Nina. That personal has where I said that self work starts with you first. So I love the fact Nina came in with that. If you guys agree, throw some ones in the chat. That personal happiness, you got to work on yourself. The self work, as long as you're happy, everything else is going to flow and go. So I love that, Nina. Thank you for coming in with that share. Anybody else taking the mic after Nina? How can money, or does money make you happy? How? We're in the mindset power room. Mic is still open. Let's keep the conversation active. Let's go.
All right. I just wanted to say something real quick. I'm a social worker and also an entrepreneur, and I work with many demographics in the nursing home. So I've seen and worked with the richest elderly people and young people and poor people and just all different walks of life. And I have seen more times than not, I've seen family members fighting over the residents' money, and not concerned with their medical care, not concerned with anything else. Um, they literally put the residents' lives in danger just so they can have access to money. So I think money doesn't necessarily change, might not change that person, but it does change the family members and friends and everyone else that I've seen. Thank you for allowing me to, have this conversation. But that's all I want to say.
Appreciate you, Dana. I seen Council coming in after. It's on you, Council. What's going on?
Mr. Stack, I just met you. I met you on I think Miss Manifest page. You're awesome, awesome. She loves you, and I think you're amazing. But let me say this: money has its place. We need money. We need love. We just got to be balanced, and that's all I want to say. Thank you.
No, yeah, Council, I love that. You got to stay balanced. You know, you don't want to let money keep you unbalanced. So I appreciate you for coming by. Let's actually connect too, Council, to see how I can help you out and with any tools that I have access to. So click the link right here at the top with the book with Stack, and then hop on the calendar and we can talk next week. And, maybe you can get some PR, some media, some placements, and, we can work together and take the relationship offline. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. I look forward to that. Thank you.
Sounds good. Thank you for coming by. Anybody can come. That's why I love when people come by. If you guys see me in other rooms and on other stages, come by when you see me because I like to have conversations. I like to see where we can take the direction because I don't like to just stay on the app. The app is cool. We can talk all day. But if we're not doing any real life motion or any action outside of this, then what's the point, right? You get the tools and you use the tools that are at your fingertips and you amplify whatever you have going on. And that goes for anybody in here. If you guys are in here all the time, you guys network. You guys see how you can, get around, see how you can see how people's vibes are, see how their energy are, see who else they're helping out. I would never want to work with someone if I didn't see who else they helped out. Like, who have you helped out? Who have you put in a position to win, right? It's about that track record. So I'm loving it. I love the conversation, guys. And make sure you guys are tapping in with everybody on stage. And one more thing. If you guys go to tropicalstormbystack.com and purchase the cologne, because a lot of people have been saying they loved it. If you guys get the cologne, you actually get a free magazine feature in one of my media outlets. So if you go to tropicalstormbystack.com and get the fragrance, because I just made my own, and I'm helping others make their fragrance too. So if you want to make a fragrance and you know anyone that wants to hop in this business with me, tell them holla at Stack or go to bookwithstack.com to get on the calendar. But if you guys go to tropicalstormbystack.com and get the cologne and purchase it and send me a screenshot so I can confirm, you will get a free magazine feature. So whoever's supporting the cologne, this is your chance to do, media work with me or to get some type of exposure or interview. So make sure you guys are visiting tropicalstormbystack.com, or you can even go to stackpackmedia.com and visit the link from there. So get with me. I want to talk to you guys. Let's level up. It's about level up. It's about to level up. Let's go. Mic's still open.
Yeah, Stack. Got to hook up with Stack. Got to collaborate with. Get that.
You're in the Matrix, Robert. Where you at?
Hello.
The other opportunity.
Hello.
Quick, take a look at that link up at the top. The X Mentor Club. You want to make sure that you go and get for the XP Mentor Pro package. Okay, what's the Pro package? It's got over 163 hours of actionable, detailed training from our XP mentors like Stack. Stack talking about how you can reach 2-3 million eyeballs in a split second because of what he's able to do in his digital agency. Okay, Jay Nolan teaching the correct mindset, how to be able to, do well in sales, how to be able to handle objections. Okay, Forbes Riley teaching you how to pitch. She's the queen of pitch, sold $2.3 billion on QVC and Home Shopping Network. Dan Authority on, okay, number business taxes is a huge liability as well, kind of a scary thing. Well, you're not going to be as scared if you get this coursework done, available from Dan Pila. So this is all in the XP Mentor Pro. Herman Maroney, the third, how to be able to create more business credit. We've got 15 XP mentors, all with new data that's going on. Like I said, it's over 100 now, plus recording of every room back the day, and now the houses now. They're only on this platform for 24 hours. The recording's up for 24 hours after today, but then tomorrow it comes down and it goes to the XP Mentor Pro platform. So for less than 50 cents a day, you can join this group. Your price will stay the same. You'll be grandfathered forever. We're going to be raising this up a month. So get in now at 18. As I said, over 163 hours, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars value in there that's only going to continue to grow as well. If you're just starting business, I'm telling you, this is incredibly key. If you want to get your business to the next couple levels, this is also very, very important. But as I said, more data coming in all the time, and that's what XP Mentor is all about. You can be in these rooms for free, but for only $18 a month, you can stop, start, be taking notes, go back and forth, always accessible for you no matter where you're at. So xpmentor.club, jump in. I'm throwing up, keep this room going.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I don't know. Can you guys hear me okay?
Absolutely, Victoria.
Oh, wonderful. So I joined the XP Mentor a few months back, and I think it's a positive program or what have you. It just didn't work for me for my time and stuff, and I'm like, just not able. I wasn't able to utilize it as much as I'd like. I reached out to the company several times for the payment to be stopped, and I haven't heard anything. And I'm kind of like, I don't, you know, wanted to, when I first joined,
Victoria,
that was
we'll
my,
handle that. You're talking to the right person. We'll get it handled right away. I see your here on the Clubhouse it says Victoria Investor. Is that your last name? Victor? No, it's not, right?
well, no, I emailed directly
Back,
to the
can you?
company several
This is
times.
Robert. Just click on it, back channel me. Get that day. Not a problem.
Sorry, it's breaking up a bit.
Okay, can you hear me?
Sorry.
I'm Robert, up on the top,
Okay.
right next to Stack. Okay, so just back channel me, give me your information, just your, what your name is, so that I know what account we're trying to
Well,
stop.
it's
And
under my email is Victory Investor. It's the same as
oh,
my name here.
victory and very good. We will get that taken care of. Just know that it's when you're free. But we're happy to give you your money
Wait,
back. That's not a problem.
you said when will it be taken care of? I didn't catch that.
I'm going to get it taken care of today. It'll probably take a few days. I mean, my team will go ahead and stop your subscription today.
Thank you. Okay,
You
thanks,
bet.
Robert.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But again, one of the greatest things about the platform is that it's available day and night, 24/7, 365 days a year. So people can access it when time, like I said, you got 15 minutes, some time. So it's just a matter of value. But we're happy to take care of that for you. Sorry that you had an issue.
Oh, not at all. I think it's a great program. It wasn't that at all. It was just this now. I'm like, oh boy, I don't want, but I'm not saying anything bad about the program itself. So thank you, Robert. I'm gonna back channel you right now. I appreciate it.
It's
Hi.
Hafsa. Can you hear me? Hi.
Let's go.
Hello.
Let's go. Who's here? Who's in the building?
It's
Who's that?
Hafsa. Hey, Stack. Hi,
Papa, let's
everybody.
go.
I'm in PA. So listen, I just wanted to say, I think we were talking about money. Can money make you happy? I'm broke and I'm happy, but I'm pretty sure if I had some bread, I would be happier. So I'm gonna say yes, money can make you happy, but I also think that money can make you a jerk too. You know, I we all know people that are, that have money and it really doesn't benefit them. I kind of believe that, just because you have money, it may not necessarily be yours. That money may be yours to give away. It may be, yours to go to school with. So yeah, I don't, I think everybody should have money. I also wanted to say how awesome the tropical storm cologne you have is.
Ooh, you like that?
Yo, my husband got it on now, and I feel like he's trying to
He's trying
shine.
to
Like, I
shine.
feel like
Trying
he's
to shine.
flexing. Yes, I feel like he's flexing a little bit. I really don't appreciate it, but it's your stuff, so I'm going to let it ride.
Listen, that tropical. That's why I say, listen, that tropical storm by Stack. When I tell you I made it Just the way I would want to smell is crazy.
It's
It smells
perfect.
like something out of Saks Fifth. That's a fact
Listen,
though.
it's perfect because it has a couture smell to it. Like it just rounds it out. Like I love the sweetness, but if I feel like it has like a woody amberness
Mm-hmm.
underneath of it that
Mm-hmm.
just like kind of makes it last. And listen, it's up. It's definitely up
I
there.
appreciate you, Alpha, for coming by and giving your outtake on the Tropical Storm by Stack. That's why I say if you guys go to Tropical Storm by Stack right now and go get the cologne, you get a free magazine feature with one of the outlets. Like I'm giving people access to get on the media outlets right now. We just fresh off TV right now, right? We just did the interview with James. Now we going hard. We gonna go crazier now. We got more stuff on the way. When I tell you I do more, we gonna do more. I got another line launching too. So if you guys are going crazy and you liking this line of a tropical storm, I got another one coming soon that I'm already working with. Me and my team is working on right now. So go get that. After you send me the screenshot, the team will send you the interview questions. So I appreciate you, Hafa. I know that we sent you the interview questions. Did you get that right, Hafa? You got the interview questions, correct? Right? I just want to make sure.
Yes, I got them. I got
All
them.
right,
I
cool.
just didn't do it yet. I'll be constantly in motion. The kids, I got two cats sitting here looking at me now. The kids are on the other side of the door, but I will get it back to you. And plus, I'm not sure I want that type of exposure
Oh yeah,
yet.
somebody
We
you
gotta
got to
talk
give it to
about it.
somebody, Hoffa. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for doing that. Hoffa got the interview question. You guys know it's for real. You buy my cologne, you get featured in a magazine. That's a fact. I'm not playing no games. Go support the cologne. We're gonna get right into it with the media. Let's talk about can money make you happy because it's been a lot of people coming to the stage, and I feel like yeah, money can make you happy. If you got a bag, you know how much stuff you can do. You know how much stuff I'm able to do? You know how many doors I can unlock and how many places I can eat at where other people can't eat and sit at in the doors? Are you kidding me right now? Money makes you happy. Yes, it can. But like people were saying, Otis came in and Ashley, and I know Anthony, he was going to chime in, but they were all saying, don't let it destroy you. Don't let it destroy. Don't let it to be all the end all be all, right? Don't let it destroy you. Learn how to control it. But I want to hear from everyone. I got my brother Tax on the stage. I know Shantae came back. I want to hear from everybody. Everybody that's coming to this. I know Ashley's on the stage. Right? They tell me Ashley came to the stage. Ashley's on the stage, right? Angelica's at the bar. Please come up, sis, because we talking about can money make you happiness? I want to hear from everyone. Do not move. I want to hear everyone. I want to hear from everyone about this topic. I'm passing the mic up. Go crazy, and I'm sharing the links in the chat to book a call with me, Stackpack Media, Tropical Storm by Stack, and a bunch of other things. And make sure you guys are clicking the link at the top with the XP Mentor Club to join the community. Let's go. Mic open. Let's get it.
Hey Stack, great room. It's S from the UK. Post your link because there seems to be, well, congratulations first of all on launching your own cologne. That is just a magnificent feat. Well done for that. Are you able to post a link? Because I can see Oud Rain Tropical Storm, and I'm sure that's not the one. So maybe if you post the link on top.
Look right in your back channel. Look in your back
Oh,
channel right now.
fantastic,
You could click that
fantastic.
right now. Tropical Storm by Stack, just like that.com.
Brilliant, because Christmas is coming and everything else, and yeah, that's fantastic. Wonderful room, wonderful topic. My share would be money is brilliant. It's fantastic. It opens doors. It's just that it gives you a bit of breathing space because you can do whatever you need to do without having to worry too much. The problem is, can it make us happy? Well, um, I I have my reservations, and one reason why I'd say that I would not build my foundation on money because it's fluid. It can be here today and not here tomorrow. So if anybody's building their foundation on money for happiness, I'd probably go for a plan B. Yes, be happy with it, but also have something else that will, irrespective of whether you or not you have money, that you can hold on to. Because, like I said, it's fluid. Life, things in life happen. I've seen a lot of people change when they have money, and I've seen people change when they lose money. But personally, I'm glad for it. I'm grateful for it when it comes my way, when I have it.
I'm happy. It makes things easier. Sometimes it's quite lonely because when I used to work, um, I had a community of people, but I see people going to work every morning, or and I'm just doing things on my own because most of the people, yes, there are other entrepreneurs in my circle, but they're doing other things, and it can be lonely sometimes. But I realize that I can't really use it as a foundation, and that's my share. Thank you.
Look, thanks for being here. We loving it. That's why I said don't let the money be it all. Like your whole world. You use it for a tool. Everybody's been coming in hot. I want to hear from everybody. Who else is coming in? I want to hear from you guys. Angelica, Tax, Ashley, where y'all at? Can I hear from you guys? Please, somebody take the mic. Let's get it in. Can money make you happy? Let go.
I'll take it. I'm Larnez. Can money make you happy? Absolutely not. It makes the ride, this journey, more experienceable. Like, oh, I might have just made up that word, by the way. Um, it's like, am I going to enjoy this ride? The only thing that money really does is make other people slow down when I talk and pay attention to the things I want them to pay attention to. But the love and the vibes and the experience that each individual has with each person, can money can never buy that. And we never slow down to really appreciate a person's presence. If I go into the supermarket, there's about 250 people there. Sorry, my New York accent is coming out. um how
That's
many
that
people
East
acknowledge
Coast. I'm from the East Coast too. That's that East Coast.
right?
You know what it is.
How many people acknowledge you on that ride, that trip at the supermarket? 4, 5. You might catch an eye. You might ask for some assistance. Other than that, your energy is pulling people towards you. Money is a tool. And by all means, I'm a 9 to 5er, right? I still make 6 figures with my 95 because I get stuck working 80 hours a week. I don't want to do that. So guess what? I'm an entrepreneur and I'm building my way out. And I bought into Diggably so I can automate my systems to give me my time back. Like, if that's not your mindset, your relationships, your connections, your everyone, even to somebody that you say hello, somebody that cut you off in the street, they cut you off for a reason, right? Maybe they were slowing you down before you was gonna bump into something catastrophic. Like, oh my God, this really happened. But then you are tangled with this person and I'm cursing you out, but it was a reason you were supposed to slow down. But we don't pay attention to this thing. Sorry, I'm rambling everywhere, but to
Nah,
answer
nah,
the
you going in, you
question,
going in. Keep going, keep going. You got this is
yeah,
your stage. Keep
right.
going.
To
What you talking
answer the
about on this
question,
stage today?
can money make you happy? No, in my opinion. Experience with people. I work with many people who are mentally insane. I am a crisis management specialist. My 9 to 5 job, I've been doing it for 20 years. So I meet people from every walk of life when they are at their mental breakdown point and committed a crime on top of that. So it's not the best place. But in this space, it gave me an opportunity to study people and understand people's mindset. So because of that, I hope in this entrepreneur space, it makes me excel and makes me a little bit different. But I'm enjoying the ride. Money don't make me happy. And I yield the mic with that.
I appreciate you, Larnez, because I love to hear different, perspectives about this. Because ever since, more money started pouring in, more things started to go my way. More motion, you get more things done. You feel me? Don't let it control everything, but you definitely get more things done and you have more access to things. So, Larnez, appreciate you for coming through. Ping the room up, share the room up. I want to hear from more people. I want to hear from more individuals. If you guys are just now talking about can money make you happy, how we're in a mindset power room. Make sure you following everybody on stage. Make sure you guys are going on my Instagram and checking out all the content from the TV. Make sure you guys are following the family. Bel Air, the biggest family on earth. The Drink Glow, Stackpack wine. Oh my God, Bel Air Bottle Boys, we going crazy right now. Make sure you guys tapping in with all the content and everything that we dropping right now. Me and the team, and I can't wait to
Big
hear from you guys.
stack.
Let's go, let's go. Can money make you happy? Who's taking the mic next? Let's get it in, man.
I'm gonna take it real quick before I have to
Angelica, my
disappear
sick.
out
Listen,
this
sis, whip
room.
that shit up. Rip it up.
So I'm going to say that money can. I'm going to say that money can make you happy, but it's not. It's not all you need to make you happy, right? I think that a lot of times people see money because I've met people with money that's miserable, and I've met people with money that's absolutely happy. You want to know the difference between those two people? It's their mindset. When it comes down to money, we got to have a relationship with money, understand how it works, and then also know how to steward our money. Money does, Stack, I don't never want to be broke again. Okay. And I'm never going to be broke again because I don't like how
Sis,
broke
you know what I
is.
love about you, sis? Because you know what it is to be, yo, but I'm gonna put some ones in the chat too for this, sis, because you know what it is to be at a certain point and then get it all back. Because, sis, you come in here all the time. We hear that passion. And throw some ones in the chat if you guys know someone like that and you guys hear that in Angelica when she comes through. You know what it is to lose something, like lose it all, and then hustle,
Mm-hmm.
get that shit back. And that's what it's always gonna make you stronger. So that's all I wanted to highlight real quick. Go ahead, sis.
And
What
we in a
else?
mindset power room, right? So at the end of the day, your mindset is everything. When I lost everything in 2015, I knew I was going to get it back. When I lost everything in 2018, I said I'm going to get it back, and I refuse to ever go back to that place. I'm a single mother of 3 kids. So money not only made me happy, it also gave me the freedom of time, because if I'm making money, Stack, I don't got to go punch nobody clout. I don't got to be out here hustling for clients, because I have the time to do the other things that I love and put my creative things in places. So money does make me happy. Money does make me feel a certain type of way, but I had to shift my mindset on money. See, a lot of times, like I said, I have friends that are millionaires. I've touched millions. I'm in high 6 figures. But listen, the thing about the money, though, is the mindset. It's the mindset you have about it, the relationship you have with it, how you think about it. Somebody can get 1 million in 6 figures or 6 figures, and they don't know how to invest it. They don't know how to diversify their portfolio. They don't know what to do with the money. They just be sitting with it. So I believe that's sometimes why they're miserable, because they got the money, but they don't know what else to do. So it's not just money. I think it's a combination of things that makes you happy, but definitely money can make you happy. I mean, that's the question. Let me read this question. Can money make you happy? Yes, it can. It can make you happy, but it's not the only thing you need. Money can do some things for you. Again, when I was broke, busted, and disgusted, I didn't have no car. I was catching a bus. I was waiting for rides. It felt miserable. However, in that time, I knew God was teaching me something. I knew something was happening for me. I knew there was a process coming, and so my mindset shifted. And I said, you know what, Stack? When I get my money back, I'm not going to be handing it out to people and being all free hearted. That people pleaser spirit gotta go, because when God blessed me with the works of my hand to do what I do best, it wasn't for me to just recklessly help people that need to be out there getting their self. Yes, there's some people that need a hand up, but it's some people that'll keep coming to you for a handout, and that was my issue. If I'm honest, I would always keep giving people a handout, keep giving a handout, and then I had to shift my mind and say, hold on, nobody give me no handout. They gave me a hand up. And that made me go up. So if I keep giving them something, they're going to keep coming back to me. Then I'm going to keep losing, because I have that heart. So I had to pray a couple prayers to ask God to shift my mindset and my heart. But can money make you happy? Yes. Even in the Bible said money answers all things. People always talk about it being the love of money being the root of all evil, but it does answer all things. It says that, okay? And at the end of the day, it can make you happy, but it's also the mindset that's behind it. What are you doing with your money? Are you diversifying your portfolio? Are you creating legacy? Are you creating generational wealth? Are you putting it out there for and having something for your kids to have a college fund, or for family members to have something to build off? Are you getting your real estate portfolio? Are you building in your business? What are you doing with your money? Because what you do with your money, I think, is the ultimate happiness. See, when you have money, like I said, it can make you happy, but it's definitely your mindset. One of the things, I have this group called Pay Girl Summer. We just did a 31-day challenge in July. And in that 31-day challenge, a lot of times I talked about mindset. You gotta be disciplined when you got your money. You don't
That
want to make
paid
all these
girl summer, sis.
Paid Girl Summer, because listen, we can pay one sum at a time. But they thought we were just gonna come in there and talk about money making ideas. What's the use of making money if you don't have the mindset or the discipline to control how you spend your money or what you do with your money? How can you get this money and say, you know what, I got all this money, what I'm gonna do, So my whole thing with them was teaching them mindset, and we're in a mindset power room. So today I want to ask you, what is your relationship with money? How do you view money? How do you see money? Like when you get money, what are you doing with it? Are you spending it recklessly, or are you really looking at ways to invest back in your business, invest back in yourself, invest in your kids, invest in your portfolio, Roth IRAs, all that things like that? What are you doing with your money? Because what you do with your money can ultimately bring the ultimate happiness. Like I said, the relationship I have with money has brought me the freedom of time. Like I'm literally laying on my couch with my laptop and I'm doing work here and there. It's brought me the freedom of time because with money being made, I'm able to do more things. I have 3 teenagers. When you got teenagers, it's a kids, period. It's a high demand of time. You got to do some things, but you also got to be able to have the money in place and the systems in place to make that money, right? That's what's going to bring the happiness. So it's not just, can money make you happy? Yes. But it's a combination of things. You definitely got to have the mindset with money. You got to know that even if you was to lose it all today, you can make it all back. And one thing I can say, I stand in my resilience. I'm very, I persevere because I know that I refuse. I made this declaration of my life, never broke again. And guess what? I'm never broke again. I never will be broke because of my mindset. I do money affirmations every day. Every day I have money affirmations. I speak them out in the atmosphere. I say I have an overflow of wealth. I'm a money magnet. I attract abundance. Like I speak money. People be talking about all these other affirmations. In fact, I speak money affirmations over my life, okay? Because that's what's gonna come to me. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. That means every day, every other, I'm getting a client or two. Today I got 3 new clients. Didn't even know who referred them, but they came in my inbox or they came to my email. And so when you speak money affirmations over your life, it does something to you. It ain't even about the money that I'm going to make from these clients. It's the fact that people trust me enough to do the work that I do and to do what I love. That's really what it's about, but I'm still making my money. So it's the mindset that you have with the money, the relationship that you have with the money. It's not just about sitting on, thousands of dollars or whatever, because you're sitting on it and what you going to do with it. You sitting on it and how you gonna move it. You sitting
Tell
on it,
us,
how you
sis.
gonna steward it. So it's the mindset that you have with the money. Again, when I lost everything in 2018, I'm talking about every business dried up. I lost my Mercedes. I lost my house. Thankfully, I was able to get another one. Same day, never heard of. That's how I knew God was on my side.
Oh,
But
sis,
I
sis,
never,
you know what it is too, sis? It's the miracles. It's like some people will look at it like, how that happened? But you know how it happened. You believe it was the faith of God. It was you.
yeah, it was listen, my belief system. I talk about faith and fear all the time. Faith and fear, they got something in common. Besides them starting with the letter F, it's 2 things you can't see, but they will shape your belief system. Either you're going to do it scared and have the faith that it's going to happen for you, or you're going to be fearful all your life and you're just going to sit there and think about the coulda, shoulda, wouldas. I said that I couldn't just have the coulda, shoulda, woulda, so I had to step out on faith and do what I do best and make something shake. Yes, in that time that I lost everything, I had to go work a part-time job. And then that part-time job ended up me getting promoted within like 3 times within 6 months. Then them people became my client. Men's Warehouse became my corporate client. Okay, y'all don't want to hear that. They became my client. So then I was able to work how I wanted to work in that schedule. But at the end of the day, it's about our relationship and knowing what we can and can't do. Money can make you happy, but you got to have the mindset to know how to steward your money. You got to have the mindset to know how to work your money and make your money work for you. Like I said, I've seen millionaires, multi-millionaires be miserable because they don't know what to do with their money. They don't have a mindset. They probably ain't go through the mud. Some of them probably just was given that stuff.
Sis, I was gonna say that right there. Somebody just gave it to you. Talk about that real quick. Expand on
Sometimes
that.
people step into inheritance and they don't go through things. So that's why sometimes you'll see people that are miserable. They got a whole bunch of money and they just don't know what to do. It's somebody that's very famous that just changed one of the apps to another name because he was trying to follow behind another app. I look at him oftentimes. Everybody's like, oh my God, he's this person and he created this car. I look at him a lot. I'm like, he got to be miserable to just sit there and be worried about a whole nother app when this man is a billionaire. That's miserable. That's not competitive. People's like, oh, that's competition. That's misery in my mind. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say his name because I'm trying to get clipped. But I look at his movement sometimes. I'm like, this man got to be miserable because when you have money and you have the mindset to steward your money in the right way, you ain't worried about no competition because you don't even see it because you're in your own lane and you know that whatever you were given and whatever God created you to have and whatever you're working your hands with, you ain't worried about what somebody doing to the left or the right of you. You gonna still do what you do. You ain't trying to flip what you are doing to make it fit something else that somebody else doing. Oftentimes I be looking at that man, I be like, dude, you must be miserable to be really be like looking at the trends and stuff, what's going on. Like, why would you change what you already got working for you? But that's what some people do who have money and don't know how to appreciate it. That's what some people do that got money and it just was given to them. Some of you who have money had to work from out the mud. Like, you had to get it out the mud. Like, you had to go through some process. Like, you lost it all, you had to get it back. Like, you really had to build from the foundation. You had to build, you had to lay the brick and mortar and build the foundation from the ground up, because it wasn't nobody in your family that looked like you. It wasn't nobody in your family that did what you did. So you had to kind of be the first. And so because you had to be the first, you went through a process and your mind started getting conditioned. So you said, when I get my money and when I get in this place, I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to know what to do with my money. I'm going to diversify my portfolio. That's the difference between some people who are multimillionaires and that was, it was given to them, and then somebody who had to get it out the mud and work for it. They appreciate money, and because they have that appreciation with money, their mindset is always going to be that it does make them happy because they know how to steward it. They know what to do with it. They not worried about what other people are doing. They just focus on themselves and their own thing. Like, Stack do like a million things, y'all, but do you think Stack is worried about what anybody else is doing? He was like, oh my God, Calvin Klein got a fragrance and Polo got a fragrance and all these other people got a fragrance, but Stack's gonna have a fragrance too. He ain't worried about
Facts,
what
sis.
nobody else
Tell him.
doing. He's not worried about what nobody else doing. And guess what he said? But I'm gonna create wealth. I already got money, but I'm gonna make some more money. You gotta have that mindset. I already got money, but I'm gonna make some more money, because it does make me happy because of what I'm doing. It's what you do with your hands that creates the money that I feel that makes you happy. Yeah, it looks good to have them commas in your bank account, but I really feel the true happiness comes from what you do and the work that you do that creates the happiness. But having that money, y'all, it ain't bad. Let me tell you, I done been broke. Okay. I done been in the negative. I done had, like, looked at my bank account four or five times throughout the day thinking something was gonna change in the negative. I done been there, overdraft fees, all that stuff. That ain't feel good. And I definitely, as much as I spoke affirmations over my life, I ain't gonna tell you I was the happiest. I was thankful that I was alive. I was grateful, but I ain't gonna say I was happy. But when them commas got in my account, I was like, I'm happy and I'm comfortable and I like this. Listen, people don't want to be real. I done been there. Listen, I done been there. If you name it, done did it. So money can make you happy, but it's the mindset that you have with the money, the relationship that you have with the money that causes you to steward that money well and discipline that money well and diversify your portfolio. Like I said, money helps me buy the freedom of time. I'm sitting here in my house, my kids sitting on the couch, I'm on the couch, we watching Girlfriends on Netflix. I got my laptop up sporadically doing work because I have the freedom of time, because there's money there. You see what I'm saying? I still do what I love though when I do what I do, but I'm not pressured to do it because money can make you happy. I'm a land my plane there. I probably gonna have to disappear
100%.
for a
Look,
moment.
sis,
But
look,
I'm a
my
land.
sis, what I told, that's why I wanted Angelica to rip it up. Throw some fire emojis in the chat, some hearts in the chat for my sis right now, ASAP. Because every time Angelica comes in, you gonna hit her passion, you gonna hit her fire. That's why I rock with my sis. We met a while ago, years ago, on Clubhouse in the music industry. I was already with the label. She was rocking with the label too. We was all rocking, marketing, branding. That's why I said make sure y'all tap in with Angelica, the real deal. She is not playing. That's what I'm saying. She's already know what it is to have nothing and then to come back and they just get it all and maintain it. It's about maintaining. If you guys feel like maintaining the money, because anybody can get money, but it's about the maintaining part. If you guys feel like maintaining is important, throw some twos in the chat along on top of showing Angelica love, because maintain, I heard that in there too. Maintaining it, yeah, get up to a certain level, but can you maintain it? Can you withhold, right? Can you withhold them habits, them bad habits, chilling with those friends, chilling with those people that are not your friends anymore, or those people that want to drive you down that negative path? You got to surround yourself with people that's doing the right things, right? You don't want to go out, don't go out. You don't want to spend money on frivolous stuff, don't spend it on save your money, because it's gonna save you. That's a fact. And
Dang,
like,
let me say this. You just
let's
said
go, sis.
something really quick when you said letting people go. Because it was a time, y'all, that I was in the club 7 days a week because I was suffering from depression. But guess what? The people couldn't tell I was suffering from depression because I was dressed up. But listen, I would think about how much money I spent going out just to see people and be in a smoke-filled club. And guess what, Stack? I ain't smoking or I didn't drink. When I calculate how much money I had spent being in the club 7 days a week because I was depressed and didn't want to be alone, I was sick. I was like, who does that? But at the end of the day, it was the influence of the friends that I was around, because that's what they wanted to do. you. And remember, I said I was a people pleaser, so I was going with them. I ain't smoking drink. Yeah, I like music. I got a natural high. But it wasn't a place for me. I don't know nobody that go to the club. It just went for Angelica. I'm the one that's supposed to like own. I manage the club, but own clubs. Like I'm supposed to oversee the stuff. I ain't supposed to partake in that. When you know what your
Facts.
rightful
You the
place
boss,
is,
Angela.
when you know what your rightful place is, you won't let nobody drag you down. You may have friends that's been your friends for like 10, 15 years, but if they refuse to elevate with you, you sometimes got to leave them where they at because that might be their capacity. And you got to still fill up to your capacity. Don't level out because of your friend or your family member refuse to do so, because guess what? When they get at their capacity and they reach their capacity and you're still elevating, God is still going to send people around you that's going to still elevate your mind, speak life into you, show you different ways. Listen, I started being around millionaires and I started believing, even as a single mother with 3 kids, that I can be a millionaire too, because nobody in my family looked like it doesn't mean that I didn't deserve it. I want to tell you on today that you deserve every blessing that's coming your way because you worked hard for it. You got it out the mud. You cried silent tears. You took those L's. People left you, talked about you. Oh, she thinks she all that. He think he this. He think he that. No, I am that because I am that because I made it this far. I made it this far with my strength. And I, y'all know I'm gonna talk about God all day because I'm a preacher. But I just want to tell y'all, you deserve happiness. You deserve the blessings, the new clients, the money that's coming your way. So don't think that you don't deserve the level that you're getting ready to be taken to. Don't think you don't deserve the new level of friendships that you're getting, the new circle of people that's going to speak life in you, that's going to invest in you, that's going to see how they can support you because you hadn't had that all this time. Listen, if I'm transparent, I still have to pray God and pray and ask God someday to allow me to receive the pour that people have given in my life. Because I'm the giver. I'm the one that give. I hardly ever receive, but I'm in the season now where I'm receiving. And I'm like, God, help me receive these people that you're bringing in my life that's willing to support me, that's willing to invest in me. And God's going to send people like that for you too. And if you got to leave some people behind, oh well. It's not that you're acting funny. It's not that you're bougie. It's not none of that. It's just you're elevating and you're working towards your full potential, and you deserve that. You absolutely deserve that. So be unapologetic about where you are. Be unapologetic about where you're going, and know that you're worthy of everything that's getting ready to come your way because you worked hard for it. That's all I had to say, Stat.
Come on, sit. Look, my sister's in the building. Make sure y'all. That's why I said make sure y'all follow Angelica, because when she comes in the XP Mentor, she's gonna come with the passion and the fire, so that way you guys can understand. She's talking from experience. When someone's talking from experience, you're gonna hear the fire and the passion. So that way, maybe there's some things that Angelica did on her journey that she can, when she talks up and speaks up, you can avoid on your journey. So that's why it's good to have people come in and listen to some of the experience and some of the perspectives we have in here, because you can avoid some hurdles on your journey, or go around some and avoid some things that we've already went through that maybe held us back or set us back. And now we're back stronger than ever. And that's what makes you the strongest soldier. So I appreciate you, sis. Let's keep it rocking. Can money make you happy? How? We're in the mindset power room. We've been going in the XP Mentor, right? Make sure you guys ping the room out, share the room out. Make sure you guys go to bookwithstack.com to get a 15-minute call. Make sure you guys are visiting tropicalstormbystack.com to get the fragrance, so that way I can feature you in a magazine for free. So you support the cologne, you get featured in the outlet. So let's go. Let's keep it rocking. Can money make you happy? Mindset Power Room. I want to hear from some more individuals. Who's coming in?
Let's
Let's go.
do this, Stack. Hey, this is Dr. Eduardo. Money's a
Dr.
tool.
Eduardo, let's go.
Hey, let's go. Let's go with that. Money's a tool, right? Just like a hammer, just like a saw. It really is. It's just a tool. You can use it to invest. You can make it work for you. It's just a tool. And with that being said, can a tool make you happy? Well, a tool can certainly cause pain, and it can make you happy if you love what you're doing with the tool. So it can go both directions. Of course, it can give you an opportunity to make you happy. It can also give you an opportunity to destroy. It's a tool. If you know how to use it, awesome, more power to you. If you use it in the right way, it definitely can bring about happiness. If you use it in the wrong way, it can be extremely destructive. Anyway, I know that for me, for example, growing up in my life, my father, very, very wealthy. He did, just incredible wealth that he made. And he became in love with making money and in love with money to the degree that he didn't love other people. And that tool became his power. And so he forgot to spend time with people and caring about people, and he learned to take advantage of people. And in his situation, we all kept our distance from him because he became power hungry. So his love of money was destructive. Where on the other side of the coin, I have other family members who are also very wealthy. However, they didn't make money like a love thing. It was something that gave them the freedom of time, the freedom to do whatever they want, whenever they want, and that was awesome. But they loved people, and they spent time with and respected others, and they contributed, and that was the cool thing about it. They had the ability to go out and do whatever they wanted, whenever they wanted, but they didn't flaunt at all. In fact, most of the people in my family that I now know of, I didn't even realize that they are extremely wealthy, extremely. But they don't talk about it. In fact, to this day, we still don't know how much money they have, but we know it's in the hundreds of millions. It's incredible. But they don't talk about it. In fact, they just drive around in just a basic, regular car. Their home, whole nother story. The properties and businesses they own, whole nother story. Anyway, so Dr. Dwyer.
Let's go, Dr. Wardo in the building. Who else is coming in? Can money make you happy? It's only a tool in my eyes. Who else is going in? Who else is taking the mic? Who else is trying
Malika
to Malika,
Star
let's
is
go.
here. Let's
Malika.
go. Congratulations. I hear you got a new fragrance.
Malika.
Appreciate you, Malika.
Hey,
Let's
Trey.
go.
Hey. Let's go. Let's go. Can money make you happy? Well, I'm reading this book called Happy Money.
Happy money.
By Happy Money by Ken Hyundai. Honda. Honda. This is Ken Honda. Let me tell you something. He said money is energy. Money is energy. You know you happy on your birthday when everybody's sending you the cash apps and getting the cards. You don't even read the card because you were so busy trying to see if somebody stuffed the card because you're happy. I'm like Angelica. I'm a single mother. I've been abound. I've been a base. I've been broke. I've been poor. I've been, look, you name it. I've been on welfare. I've got food stamps. I've been on Medicaid. Now, I didn't do public housing. I was fortunate because my parents and my grandparents had real estate. I could always rent from them. So I was in a house. Okay. I've been bankrupt. I've been foreclosed on. I've had my car repossessed. Well, it didn't get repossessed. It got junked and it got in the junkyard and they took it. Whatever. I have lost. I have lost. But I'm here to tell you, if you just hold on, if you don't give up, if you don't commit suicide, if you don't use that loss as nothing more than the lesson it was to teach you how to be a good steward, to teach you who to share your money with and not share your money with, right? Because I knew how to do good with money, but the spouse I was married to used money to self-destruct because he was addicted to drugs. So every dime that came in our house went into his veins. Okay? So you got to know who to partner with. You got to know if they view money the same way you view money, right? Or you can be by yourself. But I want to here to tell you that when I got serious about my money got serious about me. And when I'm going to tell you, I had to be happy without it. But I want to tell you, I was happier when I had it. When I could travel, when I could jump on a plane and come see my mother with my kids and not have to worry about how this is gonna get paid because the money was there, the money was flowing. Cause I took some investments, some crazy investments, and some cryptocurrency. When cryptocurrency was hot, I was flowing. But you also got to know that cycles change. You got to bet on yourself in this money game. You wishing and hoping and betting on the lottery. And sometimes you the lottery. Ken Honda said, when you make impact, you don't have to chase money. Money will chase you. But you will be the happiest you've ever been when you make a difference in somebody else's life. When you have the ability to share your gifts with this universe and see it come back. And the reward can be favor, and favor can be capital. Favor can be favor can be somebody opening the door for you. Like if you support Stack and then he features you in a magazine, like he featured me in a magazine. He featured me in his magazine.
Come on, Malika. You got that feature? I heard
I'm
you got
just
that feature. What's
I'm
up?
just saying I had that feature and it got some views too. You want to connect with people that want to elevate you. Jay always got something good going on since I've been in Clubhouse. He always has something good. He was on a bounce back. They tried to steal a company he built. He was like, I'm not gonna let it go down like this. I'm gonna get on Clubhouse. I'm gonna build a new community. He teach you how to just listening to music can change your mind. Because when you're happy, even if you don't have money, when you're happy without the money, you will attract the money you want. But if you depressed and downtrodden, then guess what? You're gonna get money and you're gonna blow it. The day my ex-husband got $16,000 from the government, he overdosed. How about that? Left behind 2 kids to grieve him. He had money. He had more money in his hands that day than he ever had in his entire life. But every time he got money, he got high. Ain't that something? It's just like with the man. I don't know who that was who was saying he had the father that became power hungry that he disregarded the people who mattered the most in his life. Inward stability only comes through and by the connection with your creator. Now, I don't care what you call him, but as for me and my house, we serve the Lord Jesus Christ. And I'm not bending on that, but I don't judge you for who you serve. But I'm saying when you tap into that highest power, that living God, you become happy. And that happy will attract whatever you need or whatever you desire. Because the Lord said, I will meet your need and I will supply your need according to my riches and glory. So with that money should be some peace. Because he said, above all, I pray that you prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. So does money make you happy? No, are you happy with or without it? Because you also know that loss is gain. See, I've got back far greater than what I lost. Far greater than the loss of the marriage, far greater than the condo that got bankrupt or foreclosed on. Now I sit in a 3-bedroom townhouse with a garage in a different state, in a nice neighborhood. Far beyond what I lost is what I gained. Because you can lose anything as long as you don't lose your mind. Guess what? You are going to win. You've got to abound or you got a base. I still gave. When I had food stamps, if I had a surplus, guess what? I told my friends when I eat, they eat too. Ain't nobody going hungry. What you willing to give out of your lack? You got a closet full of clothes that you don't wear anymore, that still got labels on them. Because when you had a whole lot of money, or because you got a whole lot of money, you buy a whole lot of clothes. Can you go give them to somebody who may not have any? Because when you create impact, you create more money. Your money is never flowing. I never have to worry about where the next bill is coming from. I have to go to bed at night and say, hey, you know what, God? You said you supply my need according to your riches and glory. You said that the righteous, you've never seen them forsaken, nor the seed beg or borrow seed. Now, if I ask you to sow into my business, guess what? You get in exchange for whatever you invested in me, whether that be an ebook or a real book. But I help people get their thoughts out their head onto paper or into a digital format. And it is what it is. When you follow me, when you support me, you're going to get back what you want. We just finished 2 ebooks today with my company. I'm so happy for my clients because I know they're getting ready to win. I just finished a 300-page book last month for another one of my clients. We doing the thing. We winning because when my clients win, that's when I'm happy. When somebody's invested in me and they can see the results of what they've gotten back, that makes me happy. When I was in Stack's group, because I invested in somebody else, he retaliated. He reviewed, said it sent you. I didn't even know it. All I did was take a leap of faith. I invested in myself. And he said, well, the next person that signs up for the class, I'm going to give them an excerpt in the book, in the magazine. He didn't even know it was me. I didn't even know it was him or the offer he was going to make. But when you take a leap of faith and you sow into yourself and you bet on you, that's media I didn't pay for, but I did pay for. You got to understand that happiness is a state of mind that only through and by a relationship with the Creator God can you get, can you sustain, and can you maintain. I am Malika Starr. I yield the mic.
Look, Malika Starr is in the building. Throw some ones in the chat if you guys agree with everything Malika was saying, because she's always comes in here and burns it up, drops it like it's hot, right? Kick it like a sensei. You know what we doing here in the XP Mentor. I appreciate you guys. Can money make you happy? How? Mindset Power Room. We've been going in. We've been ripping it, ripping it, ripping it. And I personally think, yes, money can make you happy, get you in certain places, bring you to certain different levels. And I'm loving it. I'm loving everybody's perspectives, opinions. We've been keeping it respectful. I love it. I'm appreciating everything that's going on. Make sure you guys do not forget, visit stackpackmedia.com. Book a call with me. Visit stackpackmedia.com to also purchase the Tropical Storm by Stack if you guys want that too. I want to support you guys. I want to level up. I want to put people in magazines. I want to put people in a position to win. Let's level up together. Can money make you happy? How? Mindset Power Room. The floor is open. Malika Star just went in. The floor is open and the mic is open. So I want to hear from some more individuals. Let's go.
If I can go next.
Let's go. Let's go. Who's Y'all better fight for the mic. Y'all better beat what's going
No,
on.
I got to fight.
My brother can go
All right.
first, respectfully.
Thank you for inviting me on stage, Amanda. And first of all, great shares. Everybody has their own perspective of money. I have my own, and I think happiness is a choice, whether you have money or not. But yes, money gives you the time, and it gives you that relief that you can the things you want to do in life. Okay, it gives you that satisfaction that you can do things at your own time, see people, build relations. Okay, but it has its drawbacks too if it's not used properly. Okay, especially if the power of money gets into your head, it can really crush you. Instead of becoming a blessing, it can become a burden. Okay, so there are certain things people do in different cultures or different faiths. They basically give to charity, give to church, because they want to preserve that money. Okay, because you're in this world, and you're here to achieve things. When we die, we cannot take money with us, but at the same time, it is very important tool because we want to do things for us as well as build generational wealth. Okay, at the same time, it's an energy, it's a power. Okay, and this power has to be very well kept, without with balance, I would say. Okay, so there are certain things I do in the past. I've lost everything in business, money, and then I also made it back. But when I lost the money, I knew I have is me, which was my biggest ability to earn. So they say to earn more, you learn more. The driving force for me was learning, education, continuous learning in the field of my expertise. And the money kept rolling in. Even if I was losing from one end, the other end, the money was rolling in. Till I realized, where can I stop this leak? Where was it? What was things I was not doing right? Are those my habits, or the people who I was surrounded with, or the things I was doing? So I went through a lot of thinking and soul searching and deep diving in there, as well as consultation with people who are successful, who have already been there. And that kind of really helped me a lot to retain that money and grow as well. So thank you for letting me share. I hope I was able to contribute something.
Thank you.
Yes. Like Stack would say, drop some
Would it
ones
be
in
a
the
good time to
chat.
start now?
He had to level up a little bit. He said, I just had to get at some more education. Sometimes we need some more training. Are you part of the XP Mentor group? If you're not, why not? Because he said sometimes you have to level up and just analyze where the holes are. And the holes are sometimes you need to know how to create your craft so that your craft can attract the money you need. So that if one door closes, another door opens. That's why you need multiple streams of income. Am I right, Stack? Are you there?
Absolutely right, Malika. Absolutely right.
Okay, where's some of my people? Now they done left me to hold down this room. You know we about to have some fun up in here. We are talking about your money and can money make you happy? What is your mindset and how are you? Have you lost something and had to gain it back? What was the lesson you learned? Tell us what you now know better. Since I am the author of Now That I Know Better, what do you know better about money? And can it make you happy? I'm dropping the mic. Who's taking it?
I would say, can y'all hear me loud and clear? I would
Loud and
say
clear.
thank you. I would like to say, I'm from a family who immigrated to America. I was born here. I just wanted to give a quick preface. I'm 35 right now. What I've learned about money is that money itself is not an enemy of any sort. Money, like in many terms, a tool. It could be used as a tool, of course. I would like to say on top of that is when it comes to money, what I've learned and what I gathered throughout time is that money is something like a language. Either you speak well with it or for it or behind it, or you don't. I feel it's in some cases it could be a skill that's garnered. You can learn about it. It's not something that's foreign in the sense of uh, I'm not going to be able to relate to it. Of course, I believe we all relate to money some sort of fashion. In many cases, it's not rich and wealthy. It's not. We're not billionaires. I doubt many people are billionaires through statistics, but we heard of them. What did it take to get this money? How did they garner this money? Was it through family? Was it through generation? My friend earlier brought up a topic about generational wealth. That's something in which many wish to get for theirs. And if you attain that, I find that to be a powerful thing. You can pass off money, but you lose in certain stances when it comes to relationships. And when it comes to relationships, it varies. And totally, it varies through your individual experience, your individual um, um, passings of money. Like there's an opportunity I believe people miss. I'm one of them who missed opportunities. But besides that, I would like to add is that when it comes to money in my world, money is something everyone should wish for or pray for spiritually too. You have to be in tune, you have to be willing, you have to be wanting. These things are not, these things are subjective. Wanting and willing, there's no rule book, there's no direct source where you can go to and just be like, if I replicate in my scenario, my situation, my environment, I will make money. Negative. It's the language in which and how and where you are in place and where you garner that money. The money in itself is, like I said, it comes back to it. It's almost like a language. It's not literally a language, and I want to make that clear. I'm not saying you don't speak money, you don't make money, but you have to speak it in a way. If it's presentation, right? If it's what you wear, that could be one way. If it's something, in a sense, you take opportunities and such. You go to these events, you go purchase, or you try to go to the library. I mean, there's the internet. I mean, when it comes to that, of course. Knowledge is limitless, but will you do it? So you need the will behind the want and the knowledge. All of this takes place in order, I feel like, in order to gain this money, right? This currency, and it's international, right? You can make money in UK and be in America nowadays. So, with to put respect on money, but at the same time, put respect in yourself. If you don't respect yourself to make the money, you're not going to make the money, whatever money that may be, regardless of your borders, right? Money is subjective. If you truly wish to have money, you have to make it almost, I wouldn't say your lifestyle, but you have to include it in your lifestyle, right? So if you want a nice place, if you want a nice car, if you want a nice lifestyle in your fitting, be fitting for you, not for someone else, because if you always chase what someone else has, you're going to always raise the bar, which is not negative, but negative to oneself because I can't attain it in a way where that person did it. And their math and their algorithm, it doesn't necessarily apply to you. So, will money make you happy? I believe money will make you happy if it's befitting to you. Not everybody and everyone needs to have an automatic one-way path to money. Money can be made. It's just what and where and how and when does it make sense? And how do I apply that? Every day. Waking up early, dressing up, smelling good, feeling good. If you're having a bad day, how do I change that bad day into a good one so I can continue to with my lifestyle, with money, and not just money, with the family, with your constituents, with your clients, you know? Another thing though, like I said, I'm from an immigrant family. I was born here in America, thank God. Um, for the fact that I exist, you know, and I'm here to speak with different people from around the world. When it comes down to making that money befit you, I would say, and I'm going to end it real quick. I would say, allow the money to come into your life, right? And what I mean by that is allowing the the nonsense to kind of leave your scenario, the nonsense of that you owe people, the nonsense that you have to make up when you really are just starting new. You don't have to make up anything. You don't have to. You're not behind. Like the logic, these roadblocks that continue to stop people, which happened to me. I just assumed to myself that, I'm never gonna make this type of money in my life, But I found a love for technology. I found a source of money in technology. I outside of the traditional schooling, I start to chase, um, I would say, chase what I was wanting from, I would say, I'm trying to be careful with my words, sorry, but I was trying to be careful of what I was wanting from the money, from my liking of whatever I was doing at the time, yeah. And what happened was, the more I gained knowledge, the more money I've gotten. I've seen people surrounding me, from different races and cultures and backgrounds. And I've noticed a lot of these foreign people, Somali, Indian, I'm Somali, but Indian, Pakistani, Arab, which I've aligned with in high school, maybe elementary school and whatnot, because of our names and culture references and history, etc. And I learned that these families are millionaires. And these children go to my school. I grew up with them, and they own 4 or 5 subways. They own a gas station, maybe two, and their family wealth is worth millions, through assets, maybe, through procurement, purchasing property. And I'm like, my goodness, like this optic that I had that you can't make money, in certain ways is obliterated immediately, because I saw that there was a way out in my circumstances, from where I'm from, and my bucket, right? I'm like, if it's not limited here, it's limitless technically, and I feel like everybody has this limitless opportunity, and it can come from anywhere. And I want to encourage everyone to take that chance, and definitely, to make money, you have to take risks. And I've definitely taken them risks, and those risks took me where I'm at today, and I'm here with you in the room, and I feel truly blessed. Um, and I appreciate the scripture too, because the scripture in itself gives morality. But I'm Muslim, and even in Islam, it provides very beautiful morality, a dignifying sense of making money and what to do with that money. And if you do find success in your life, uh, share it. That's the best thing you can do. It's hard to share your last piece of bread, but if you have thousands and billions of bread, you can break it off to the world. Everyone gets a piece. God willing, each and all, everybody finds that opportunity, finds that success, and I yield. Thank you.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
That was
That
amazing.
that was
That
amazing.
was amazing
Come on, let's
share.
get it. Let's get it.
Yeah,
Let's
Hey.
get it.
Malika.
That was A. That was A. His name is AD. And he's new to Clubhouse because he only got 29 followers. But he dropped some wisdom right there. So right now I want everybody to follow him because this kid is going places. I say kid only because I got a son his age. Okay. But if you guys follow him, I guarantee you're going to follow him into a space where your consciousness is going to change. Because even at 35, he knows who he is. He knows where he is. He knows where he's going. He knows that he's got to level up. He knows how to surround himself around people, good people going into places that where he wants to go, which is why he's in XP Mentor right now, which is why you're in XP Mentor right now because you're surrounding yourself around people in the spaces where you want to go. So let's go. Everybody, I just gave him a follow. Everybody give him a follow. Let's show him some love. Follow the person to the right, to the next to you. You do not know how they are going to impact your life eventually. I've been following Jay and Stack since day one up here in the clubhouse. And they've always held good rooms. They've always led me around good people. They've helped me level up. I've listened to the conscious sounds so that I can meditate and quiet out the noise and pestilence that tell me I can't. That why would you sitting in the background for so long? Stop defeating yourselves. If you're miserable, it's not because you're miserable because you don't have money or you do have money. You're miserable because you're in your head trying to figure it out. The Bible says, do not worry. You worry. It causes depression. It releases endorphins in the body that cause you to be anxious, that cause you to be depressed. You gotta get out your own head. And some of us gotta get out our own way. Let's get out our own way. I love my sister Trey. Trey said, I'm going to be in Atlanta for next week's Power to Soar Leadership Conference. She bought a RV. She had to go to Miami. She hooked up with her business bestie. They drove the car. They drove the RV from Florida to Maryland to drop off the bestie, Shantae. Okay. And then she drove all the way to Denver, picked up her baby, packed it up, made sure the RV was suitable to drive back and drove all the way back from Denver to Atlanta. We got to hang out last weekend. We took the kids to Six Flags. Money made that happen. Money made that happen. Money gave us the resources that we needed to make our kids happy so they could play together, so they could have an experience, so they could eat funnel cake till they dropped or play in the pool until they dropped. It was hot in Atlanta. So we went to the water park. But that stuff, it costs money. But guess what? Back in the day, I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. Honey, we didn't have money to always go to the pools or whatever. You know what they used to do? They used to take the caps off the fire hydrant. Put twos in the chat. If you lived in a neighborhood where they took the fire hydrant apart so that you could play in the sprinklers at the end of the block.
Yep.
Come on now. Oh, you from Boston. I know they did
I
that in
remember.
Boston.
I remember. Yeah.
Right. But you was happy too as a kid and you didn't know whether you had money or not. You was just playing in the water with your friends. That's why happiness is a state of mind and a state of being. The lights went out here in Georgia on Monday. And I had to ask myself, what would I do if the lights went out? I still had to find a way to entertain myself in the dark with no electronics, no clubhouse. Well, I could because my phone was charged. But really, no internet. I didn't have the internet because the power was out. What you gonna do when it go dark? Can you still be happy? So can money gives you access. But what are you accessing? He also said if you have, give. Even you can give in your little bit. Because that's what the widow woman did in the Bible. She was about to take her last piece of bread, last bit of flour, make a pancake so her and her son could die. And then somebody came along and said, could you share it with me? And when she shared it, the doors opened. If you take your little and you go and you buy the fragrance from Stack, you'll give him content for days, because then he would have to write about everybody. And like, oh, he making money. Well, yeah, if you create a fragrance and you go out there and sell it, you want people to support you too. Because what you do for others, God most certainly will do for you. That'll make you happy when it's your turn to stand up and shine. But can money make you happy? That's the question that's on the table. I'm Malika Starr. I'm dropping the mic.
Malika, that was amazing share as ever. Hey everyone, this is Iman here all the way from Cairo, Egypt. And I kind of late to the party, but let me tell you what. I'm here to say maybe to give another kind of little bit different perspective about money, because I don't know if anyone have ever mentioned this before. It's about money is a currency, guys. Money is not a currency. Money is not only a currency, I'm sorry, but money also is a product, a product for the value that we are giving. You can buy money. I don't know if you just get this or not, but you can buy money. You can buy money. We are buying money from the banks, from the loans that we take from the banks, and so what I want to say here is money is a product to your value. So the mindset of having that value, creating this value that deserves the money back. Usually Jay always says this, that money is never an issue. It's only a measure for value. And when you go back to think about it, you would find that your mindset, the part of that, the part that believe that you deserve this money because you literally have given already the value, it makes you able to get it. It makes you able to know that even, and that's why business have high risks. Business get includes risk, but includes profit as well. The risk management is a huge piece. The calculated risk management, and the ability to take this risk takes a big part of our mindset. But for the question of the room, if money can buy you happiness or make you happy, no, money will help you do the things that makes you happy, but it's on its own, it's not happiness. But how we can create the mindset, the growth mindset that really believes that money is not a sin, money is on your side, not against you, and money is achievable and attainable. Sometimes not easy, and usually it's not easy for a lot of us, but it's achievable and it's doable. So the balance and understanding that money is just one aspect of life, and that true happiness is often comes from a well-rounded and balanced lifestyle, considering nurturing relationships, networks, business, lifestyle, personal relationship, and a lot of us, and usually, frankly speaking, I I'm telling you this now. I have around 6, 7 degrees, um, most of them in business, but in schools and even in university, we didn't learn. They don't teach us financial literacy, financial well-being, how to recognize that money can provide the sense of security and how this can affect our well mental and emotional well-being. There is a great discussion right nowadays in the psychology societies and research between researchers about financial well-being. That's going to be part of the psychology medicine. um, it's yet to come, but it's been discussed a lot because a lot of anxiety and overwhelming and the burnout and the everyday pressure on on us, like all of us, even if you are working from 9 to 5, that applies on you too. So the thing is understanding how money can affect your life and how to manage that effect, and does this money and the value that you uh, offer for the world exchanging with that money, does it really align with your own values? Because that's another side that we don't really think about it so much. So again, being generous and able to give. This is what we do here in XP Mentor. We're giving value all the time, 6 days a week, if not more. Considering some days we have 2 rooms a day. So being mindful of what we are giving is what really makes us happy. When we find someone that we can help and we do help and we see the achievements and maybe we become just a part of the journey, a part of the success, and that makes us happy. I believe that I saw this. If you guys anything like me around, and you've been here around Jay and Robert, and you attend the Dagobly special hour when Jay and Robert creates a full business blueprint for everyone who have the Dagobly um, sales funnels for 1 year, the membership. I could see their eyes and their happiness, though it's my business, but they are a great and a big part of my success. It's amazing when you see that you have people who supports you, help you, sometimes pushing you so hard to work, because at the end of the day they feel like they are part of success. Am I right, Jay, Robert? Are you guys here? I
Absolutely, I'm
was
here.
seeing
You're exactly
this.
right.
Yeah,
I'm excited for
yeah.
every one of those meetings because it's amazing to watch just how it propels somebody in having their business set up for automation. And I mean, Jay's just so incredible at prompting Chat GPT. I mean, I always know it's gonna just blow the person away. And I'm still blown away even after watching it happen about 40 times. Yeah, so it's cool, and we're just excited. And more important, I'm excited to hear how you start getting even more leads, just like I'm hearing Trey's getting hundreds of leads, just like I'm hearing Josh Payne is, Lindsaya getting lots of leads and then converting into business. I want to shout that from the mountaintops when it happens. Amon, you're up. Amon, you're going.
Yes, I'm going up and I'm redoing everything because of what Jay did and how he leveled me up when he's the amazing prompt engineer actually. and that's not because he's here. I always say this, but the thing is, Robert, uh, as Malika was saying, and everyone was saying right now, having different and multiple income stream needs this process, needs this automation. But automation without support means nothing. And you guys have the best support ever. I'm honestly speaking here. You guys have the best support ever. So thank you so much.
Well, I
I'm done
appreciate that.
speaking for now.
I
Back to you.
appreciate that very
Yeah.
much. Yeah, well, and that's what we talk about too. If you take a look at the link up there, diggably.io, maybe you know what it's about, maybe you don't. I'll just give it to you in a kind of thumbnail sketch. But the biggest thing is when you buy into diggably.io, you subscribe to that, you're getting Jay, you're getting myself, you're getting our team. And just as Victory Investor had an issue with XP Mentor, wanted a refund, which no questions asked on a refund, just stop the subscription. It's already handled. Okay, because you're getting us. The buck stops here. So I made a call to our development team. They took a look, saw an email yesterday at noon Central Time that came through asking for it. Maybe there was something before that we missed, and I apologize. But bottom line is, already unsubscribed, already handled. Today I've been spending time with the dev team because people are putting questions in Diggably Insiders, which is our private Facebook group for the people who have subscribed to Diggably, and they're asking questions. Hey, how do I do this? Hey, how do I do that? Got a new guy that did a 3-month subscription, and he's got questions. So I'm getting them the answers and putting them in. I mean, we are working to be as responsive as possible. If I need to get people on Zooms, we do that because we want to help people to have success. Understand, automation is so critical in today's business. If you're not using it, you're not keeping up with the times. I mean, you're not going to move at the velocity that you could be. You want to be able to create lots more leads. I know everybody wants more leads because leads then take yours to conversion so that you have more customers. But you got to have the leads. Well, how do you do that? How do you get that? Well, you do it. Lead capture page where you've got a lead magnet. You're saying, hey, maybe you're a realtor. It's like, hey, how to be able to understand the best place to buy in this market and in this in these neighborhoods in this town. Get your free guide. 5-page e-path. Click on it to get it and their phone number. So now, therefore, you can start. Now you've got the contact. It rolls right into the automation of Diggably. You don't do a thing. You're not downloading any lists. You don't have to transfer anything. Boom. Goes right into that, and then it flows. You got a trigger that happens immediately, and now they start getting an email. Hey, welcome for boom, 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 and then you can continue to curate relationship. Start to get them to like and trust you over time as you continue to email them. It happens from larger companies. Well, now the point is it's affordable for all of us. We've got Diggably with 15 automations, and it's limited, which you're not going to find on any other platform. Kajabi, Kartra, ClickFunnels. Those are all great platforms, but they're $100 or $150 a month. We're at $89. And we were on Kartra for our Vibra 360 coffees and teas and nutraceuticals, but we were paying over $500 a month to Kartra, even though the base price was one because it didn't do everything we needed it to do. Okay, it wasn't unlimited products. It wasn't unlimited landing pages. It wasn't unlimited web pages. And by the way, all of our hosts at $89 a month. It wasn't unlimited contacts. It wasn't unlimited team members that could be part of it. It didn't have a phone system set up for 77 cents a month. If you want to have a different phone number than what you might have now, you can port yours right in, but you can easily set up a new one, 77 cents a month. Okay, unlimited emails and texts. Okay, 9 payment integrations. I mean, you name it. We've built it so that it would do what we wanted it to. We are already transferring all of our other onto Diggably. We're building new ones on Diggably. Our goal as a company, we want to have 50 funnels operating for all of our businesses, 50 of them by the end of this year. So that's in another 4 months. Understand this power of automation to the point where we're also going to be introducing, and now that I think we have a firm date, it's going to be Monday, August 21st, we're going to introduce automation for social media marketing. And again, unlimited. It's going to do unlimited AI bot usage. It's going to have hundreds of thousands of images that you can pull in for your posts without the watermarks. Solid work trying to get the image, the watermark image off. It's going to have Canva integration, developing stuff in Canva. But think about it, you just post something once and it goes to everything. That's automation. Well, that's what we're doing with funnels also. Only 1.5% of all businesses in this country that have sites are using funnels. It's just not being adopted, but yet it's working. Okay, it's working. We all know that you need to go back over and over and over and over again to make a sale. It's generally 7 no's to a yes. Generally, a salesperson, if they touch somebody 7 times, they're going to have a much greater chance of 50, 60, 70, 80% closure rate. Less than 10% touching them once. But you need to be overly organized and have all sorts of time on your hands to keep going back and back and back. But if you automate it, you can roll. So that's what Diggly is all about. Go to diggly.o, check it out. If you got any questions, I'm happy to answer it. If you want to back channel me, I get on Zooms with people all the time to talk just about Diggly and how it works and how it could help your business. I'm happy to do that because just as we're using it to catapult our businesses, we want all of you to be able to do it as well. And you get the 3 or 6 month package, 3 months at times $89. That's about $267. It's just straight, and you'll be grandfathered at that price forever and grandfathered at unlimited forever. At some point, we'll probably have 2 tiers, one that's limited, one's unlimited. The limited will be less cost, and price will go up, but it won't go up for anybody who gets started. If you get started now at $89 a month or at the 6 month where it's a little more than 10% off, you'll be grandfathered and you'll always be unlimited, even if we change anything. And we add things calendar, like Calendly. You can get rid of your Calendly costs. You can get rid of Constant Contact or MailChimp or any of these other subscriptions you've got. Tie it all in. You don't need hosting. $89 a month. And if you do the annual, like Eamon was just talking about, you do the annual, which is you get 2 months free. That's the best package there is. You pay for 10, get 2 months free. So it's $890. We throw in what she was talking about. It's a 1-hour Zoom with Jay, and he is an expert chat GPT prompter and through a strategic business blueprint. And you will end up at the end of that hour, you will watch us on shared screen and then you'll so you'll have it in writing as well. We will put together your first campaign. You tell us what's most important that you want to sell, market, product, service, and we're going to put together your lead capture page with a lead magnet. You'll actually have 5 different lead magnet ideas that we'll develop. We will put together a sales landing page, an upsell page. Okay, so that's all set. Then a 3-month social media campaign to get more eyeballs on that lead capture page. Next campaigns, drip marketing campaigns, so that once you have the leads, then you're automatically being in contact with people, creating that community, creating that relationship, and call to action, continually closing them. Okay, that is how automation can help you to grow. That is 40, 50% capture rates. That's how you're going to increase and just we're waking up every morning and we're making money while we're sleeping, pillow money, because automations are working and people are doing things. Right now, we even have a free webinar that's out for Diggably. Okay, so you can see that as well. So take a look for that. But it's free and teaches about automation. It's like 45 minutes long. Jay did painstaking work putting that together, working to educate people that, hey, this is what you need to be doing to build your business. And I'm watching a campaign. You sign up for that webinar. We send you the webinar to your inbox right away, but now we're going to start a drip campaign and speaking to all those people. So we're getting like 20 people a day right now. I'm interested in that now we're able to start talking to. 20 people a day times just 10 days is 200 people. Okay, to make a month, that's 600 leads a month. How would you like to be getting that? That's what we're doing just with one silly webinar. It's not silly, but just one simple webinar about automation. So what could you be doing with all of your products and services? So that's diggably.io. Jump in, take a look at it. If anybody's got any questions, happy to answer them now. Happy to get a call or Zoom, just be able to help you to grow your business. Share with you exactly what it is we're doing. It's kind of like follow the leader. We're not saying, hey, this is a good idea. We think this works. We're doing it because it does work, and you can do it too. And she's ready to go to the races. So appreciate all of you. Throw up the microphone. If there are any questions, happy to answer them.
Well, Robert, I just have to say I appreciate you always. Um, Iman was talking about mindset with money making you happy. And until I actually sat down and looked at my behaviors, like my money foundation, everybody has a money foundation blueprint.
Like you have to discover yours, and it takes some reflection of the environment you grew up in, right? But once I started doing that, and I was drawn to the Diggity family, the XP Mentor family, and I was once like Victoria. You can ask Robert. I emailed him like, I want my money back. I paid for the whole year. I jumped out the window. And you know what? He said, hold on, just give me a moment, jump on a call. We'll see where you at. We'll work on this together for a solution. And if we don't give you a solution, then you know what? Then you can get your money back. But guess what? I got on the Zoom and I got a solution, and I put in the work and I applied it, and I turned my Diggably on, and the flow was crazy that I had to stop because I wasn't prepared. So now I'm preparing myself because I turned it on and my leads were, oh my God, Robert, the leads were crazy. And I was like, hold on, I'm not ready for this. So I'm still connecting with these people, still engaging, still they're still in my campaign. I love being in their text message because Sheen is in there, because Sheen is in mine, and so is Fashion Nova. So now they see me too. Hey girl, it's me. Did you think about this today? Because I thought about this today and I thought about you. So it gives me that connection. So when I'm ready to turn on, guess what? I'm not going to look for nobody because they're already there and they're already familiar with my path and what I want to bring and the impact that I want to bring. And Diggably, thank you so much because you've showed me how to do that. You showed me the steps. So not only can I do it for myself, but the people that my family members that I'm like, hey, you have a website? Get on my thing. Let's do this together. We're all going to win. And now you can branch out and we can walk you through this because we're walking everyone. That's like, I'm just a loss for words. Thank you so much. I appreciate this space. I love Diggably.
Oh, I just wanted to say thank you,
Keep getting
Robert,
the
again
freaking red
publicly
bar.
for keeping your word. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Sorry, I just wanted to publicly say thank you for keeping your word. And I didn't want my money back. I just was not able to keep up. And it's my fault, but I do think it's a great program, and hopefully I could be back soon when I can focus more on it. But definitely nothing wrong with the program from what I saw. I just need to be more committed on my side. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you, Robert, again. Okay.
I'm sure Robert's probably on another call already. Everyone, Trey Urban here. I have been loving the freaking shares all day. Every time I go to get off, I was getting the red bar and then I couldn't get back on. So I am so glad that I am able to hop in on this Can Money Make You Happy? Wow, I have heard some powerful insights, some amazing perspectives, and I am like in alignment with most of them. It is amazing because I believe that money is an energy. I believe that it has a lot to do with how we were raised and what we were taught about it, and even how we were taught to go after it. And it's been interesting hearing the people's different experiences. So for me, I grew up in a middle class family, but my parents didn't give me nothing. Like, and anything we wanted, they're like, you better go earn that money. So I grew up, so there was three siblings in addition to me, but like my auntie lived with us, so there were four other of my cousins, and we lived together in the same house for 5 years. So there were eight of us all around the same age, and we were only a few years apart because me and my sisters are only like bam 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 bam, right? We're from a Hispanic family. They just keep cranking them out. So that's how our cousins were. So we were the kids that were always doing the things. We were the kids on the corner selling lemonade. And the interesting thing now looking back is that my parents supported helping us find ways to make the money, but they weren't ever just giving us money. Or like when the ice cream man came, no, don't be tripping. You ain't getting no ice cream. You better just run the other way when you hear that ding ding ding, right?
So we were the kids on the block. This is the crazy stuff we did. And I love now thinking that this is what helped me be so creative all the time. I had the parents that I wasn't allowed to be in the living room when my dad was home. After he got home from work, nope, I was the all of us kids, we could be seen, but we definitely weren't going to be heard. So mostly we were always having to be either in the basement or out in the backyard. So and because there were so many of us, we got lots of cardboard boxes. We created puppet shows. We were the crazy family on the house that did the Halloween thing, right? And we would make the crazy stuff because there were so many of us. We had our own roles to play, and we would charge like a quarter or whatever to come and see our puppet shows or to come into our haunted houses or to come and see the crazy stuff that we would do all the time. And so money to me was something I realized that I was raised that it kind of almost wasn't for me because my parents I didn't feel like supported me in they never gave me nothing, but now I see they taught me how to fish instead of just took me fishing, right? And because of that creativity, I would been able to always think of the craziest stuff that will make money over and over and over and over and over again. And so when you are always taught and then so then of course there were so many of us, so whenever we got the money we blew that stuff bam right then and there. We would gather it, go to the store, pitch in on a pizza, whatever, right? Gone. Nobody taught us how to save it. Nobody taught me how to invest or do any of those things. I learned all of that from life experience, from watching other people and going, wait, how did you get all that? Where'd you get those nice cars? Because again, our family, middle class, we didn't have nice cars. We watched the other people on the other side of the, a bridge or wherever who drove the nice places, or down, we call it Cherry Creek, in Denver. That was the area where all the people with the mansions. But even then you didn't get to really see them because they had the big brick walls around them. So that's how I felt like money was for me. It was like, it was never anything that was going to be for me. So I grew up being okay with whatever, being okay with whatever I had. And I was just excited to have that. So I understand it's a perception. It's how you're perceiving that money and what it's supposed to do for you or how it's supposed to work, right? And I also understood leaving home at 15, having 3 kids by the time I was 19, working a minimum wage job most of that time. I didn't even have a freaking car till after my second kid. And trust me, I got to work every single day in Denver. I don't know if you guys know knee deep snow sometimes, but I still kept finding a way because I knew I needed to get that money or my babies wasn't going to have a place. And I sure in the heck wasn't going back home. I was not giving nobody the satisfaction because my mom told me I was going to be a drain on society. So that was my mindset going into and that just pissed me off. So then I was just like, you don't even know, you're a drain on society. A little 15-year-old, 16-year-old kid who knows everything. Yeah, I'm going to show you what a drain I am. So money was something I never cared if I had it because I never thought I was supposed to have it. Right. So if I lost it, it wasn't a big loss for a long, long time because I was like that strong-headed tenacity. I'll get a job tomorrow. Do you know how many jobs I quit? Woo! I quit so many freaking jobs in my life. I have worked in so many different places, but I didn't care because I was the person. If you talked to me any kind of crazy way, if you treated me any kind of crazy way, I didn't care. I would quit. I would quit. I don't care if I needed a job, wanted a job, was getting ready to lose my place, all the things. Yes. And because my mom had me so in my head, I didn't even accept food stamps or any of that help for a long time because she was like, no, like I could hear that you're a drain on society. But trust and believe, when times got so hard, I got swallowed my pride. And ever since then, I looked at it in a different way because somebody told me, you know what, Trey? If it's going to bother you that much, when you get it, just give it back. And then that's how I began my paying it forwardness. And I just always was like, okay, then it gave me permission to accept what I needed at the time. But then in my head, I'm be like, okay, but then ain't nobody gonna hold nothing over me. Ain't nobody gonna be like, oh, well, you owe me, or all the things that I heard my whole life. Oh, now you owe me. So I was like, nope, okay, I'm committing that everything that I'm gifted, I'm gonna give it back times 10, because that was what the Bible said, that times 10 thing. So I was like, I'm gonna give it back times 10. And so when I got into the places where I would get millions, lost it, millions, lost it again, it didn't affect me in the way that it does a lot of people, because I never thought I was supposed to get it anyway, right? until until I started really getting big, and I was like, okay, now I'm ready for investors. I'm ready to really start growing, right? And so I grew and I grew. And then most of the investors were people who in my family who saw and watched me. And then now, after talking stuff for all those years, all of a sudden they are like, hey, next time you buy a property, or next time you start making a good trade, or because I was day trading, I had properties, I was doing all kinds of stuff. I still always doing all kinds of stuff. Let me in. And so I finally let them in. And I was all proud, ego, swollen head. And guess what? The market fell out. The day trade, and when the real estate market, it affects all of the markets, right? So when I was responsible for losing other people's money, that was it. That hurt my heart and my mind so much that I was suicidal. I am not even kidding. I was like, I can't never hold my head up again. I can't see these people. I lost their money. They trusted me. They trusted me. And that was more than I could take. I swear, thankfully I'm still here. I made it, and I was like, nope. And I just felt that voice of like, no, you did it. You're going to pay them back, and watch. You're going to pay them all back. You're going to pay back every single one. Now it's your mission to get all this money. But in the end, it's all a perception, because after all that I built up in my head, that I was nearly ready to kill myself, it didn't mean nothing to most of those people when I actually had the courage to talk to them and sit down. They just were like, oh, I wasn't, pros and cons is we wasn't really expecting to make money anyway, but we were just excited to invest in you, or their own perception. So I just am grateful that I'm able to keep changing my perception to one that feels good, that feels empowering, because I had all the crazy thoughts. I've been through the crazy things. I have gotten so much money, lost so much money, and still it's a fun thing. So in the end, it's like everybody says, does it make you happy? Sure, for a fleeting moment. It's like happiness is fleeting. If I don't know if you know that word, the mind, that word itself will tell you in and of itself that it is temporary, because happiness is temporary. Joy is the thing that is unwavering no matter what happens. Happiness is something like a roller coaster. Whee! Yeah, but when you're off the ride, that happiness could go for any reason. So, yes, money can help. Money makes life easier, but it's how you think of it and how you use it. And now, when I finally said, I am done using my own money to help everybody, like, oh, I loved Angelica. Gifted. Yes, that big heart. Yep. And I finally said, nope, I got to think of this different. I got to find a way to help people that doesn't require my own credit and my own money and my own car lending. No. Yeah. So let's get in line with that abundance and that flow, and whatever helps you feel empowered, because money's temporary. You can't take it with you. When you leave this earth, what you will take with you is how you felt and how other people felt about you. And trust and believe, I help so many people when they incur losses and they're looking for that. And I could tap into the energy. And in the end, everyone will never, never, never leave this lifetime losing how you felt about somebody and how they impacted your emotional and mental body, because this physical body is temporary. This is Trey Urban. Oh, Let's get this room on fire. Share it out. Ping in your friends. And I would love to see. Oh, Miss Manifest joined the building. Oh, you guys, let's get this, keep this conversation going. Who's ready to grab this mic?
Well, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on with the come on. Woo, my new Atlanta bestie. Ah, you must have missed it earlier. I was bragging on you. I was bragging on you how you
Oh,
bought
I
the
heard you, girl, but I
bought the
couldn't hear the mic. I
RV.
kept getting the red bar. So I was like, I was
Ah,
trying. Oh, girl, I said you
we
love.
gonna get you some. We gonna get you some better internet up there in RV land. In RV land, we gonna get you some good internet over there. We're gonna get you some good
Yeah,
internet
it's
over
all these
there.
amazing
And
trees in the forest out here. But yes, Queen,
it's
go
so
Malika.
pretty, isn't it? Isn't it pretty over there? I was telling them how we hung out at the park and how money made us happy that day. Having money made the kids
Oh,
happy,
them
helped make
funnel
the
cakes.
kids
Yeah, I
happy.
was laughing when you go. They ate all. You guys, they had like three. There's three plates of funnel
Big,
cakes. Trust.
big giant funnel cakes, big giant funnel cakes from Six Flags. The kids had a blast. But we had favor. We had favor. Favors got us through the gate. Trey didn't have to park, and then we were parking in the Diamond parking lot. Didn't have to pay. See,
Favor
so
everywhere. Trust, because that's what we
it was
manifest. We
trust.
give
We got a
thanks for all
discount
day.
on tickets. We got a discount on all the tickets and everything. So that's what
Miss
I'm saying.
Malika,
So
bless my baby, paid her way in. Oh my gosh, it was just a blessing all the ways, in all the ways.
we just and we had a good time, and I think the kids had a good time, and I think that's what makes us happy, being able to create memories for our children, especially someone coming new into the state who doesn't know anybody. But you got to show up for people. Are you showing up for people? Because that will make you happy. Are you showing up? Are you taking somebody to dinner and saying, hey, just want to get to know you a little bit better? Not because you want anything from them, but that you genuinely have a heart to want to do better in life. My clients become my friends because I genuinely want to see them win. I genuinely want to see them connect. I genuinely want to see them win. And because of that, Jay genuinely wants to see you win. Robert genuinely wants to see you win. They genuinely want to see you win. Stack genuinely wants to see you win. Why? Because when you win, they win. Because when they ask what attribute to yourself outside of giving the Most High some credit or all the credit, the Most High put you in alignment with people who want to see you win. And when they want to see you win, then you gonna win. Because the universe will strategically align you up. I met Trey here in this room about 6 or 7 months ago. And then we got to hang out. I mean, full day. Hang out, sit at the wave pool, watch the water hit our toes, eat some funnel cake, and watch our kids have a good time together. How about that? What are you doing to make your life happy? Or are you just tasting the paper?
Oh, did she get a phone call? Oh, Miss Malika, yes, it was a blessing. But trust and believe it comes from taking action. You must take action to reach out to these people. So Miss Malika, I don't even know where I heard her speaking, and I heard her so powerful, so I back channeled her and I was like, Queen, I would love to have you on my Laugh and Learn lunch. I will love to get your story out there. And that's how the whole thing began. So many of you guys, we met from me back channeling you. And it was interesting because when I come in XP Mentor, that was one of the first things I heard Jay encouraging everyone to do is back channel the people you're vibing with. Send them a message, ask them what they're doing. Invite them to be on your podcast, on your show, to have a clubhouse room. How are you? How are you guys making these connections? Because really, then, when you get the hands and get to share space with other amazing people like this and make money, your life is all the way turned up. Do you know that I tell the world all day, every day, that I make money everywhere I go, and I get to make money doing everything I love to do, and I get to make money being wherever I want to be because I am always at the right place at the right time with the right freaking people. And I will promise you, I always am. I always meet the most incredible people. And it's so interesting because I'll be in different places and spaces and I'll be like, hey, I got it. Let me throw in my picture with you. Because I have met with so many people off of Clubhouse. I make it a point for the people who are impacting this world. I am going to meet them. I make the time. I will get out there. And what does that take? It takes a heck of a lot of money and the mindset to trust and believe that not only is that totally in alignment for whatever I say, but that I am worthy to receive it. I don't know how many of you guys had to go through that worthiness thing, but trust. There's a reason I left home at 15, and it wasn't because I was so loved. Yes. So I am so excited to see this stage grow. Renee, what are you guys doing down at the way, way bottom? Tracy, why are you down on the way, way bottom? You know
Oh,
we'd
y'all
love
still
to have
going
you
in,
up
Trey? Y'all
here.
still going in.
Come
Look,
on
ping the
up,
room up.
Miss Angela.
Share the room up.
Yes.
Y'all
I'm
still
inviting
active.
them. Stack. Go ahead,
No,
honey.
I
You
was
got the
saying y'all
mic.
still active. Keep it active. I just came back. Keep the stage
Oh, honey,
active.
I
Ping
know
the
you're
room up, Ken.
busy.
Miss
They're
Self
making
Love's
that
on the
money.
stage. Why y'all didn't tell me Miss Self Love and Miss Manifest is on the stage? Why y'all didn't tell
I
me that?
did.
Why y'all didn't
I
hit me?
shouted it out, but
That's
honey, you might have
crazy.
been, you was busy. I was like, oh, look, Miss
Did they
Manifest
already
came in the
talk?
room.
Did they already
Nah,
talk? I
No,
not
didn't get
yet,
no
not yet.
juice. Can I get
Nah,
some juice
we
from
ain't
them?
dropped no bombs yet.
Listen, I'm ready for the juice. Listen,
please,
I'm coming back
please
in now.
bring the
I
juice.
need the juice from my sis and Miss Self Love. Y'all know what it is. They gonna be hitting a summit soon, talking on stage, which is about to be legendary, epic.
Woo, yeah.
And you know, they've been people that have been supporting my magazine and supporting everything I got going on. You want to keep close to the people that's supporting you and that's pouring in. And if you guys agree, throw some fire emojis in some chat and the ones in the chat because I want Miss Manifest and Miss Self Love to talk about, you know, the money making you happy, but also having the right people in your corner because that can make you happy as well. Having the right people in your corner, the right people that want to see you win, right? Win from a genuine standpoint. You don't want people to be in your corner like, oh yeah, well maybe this. No, there's no maybes. You put the maybe in the universe, you'll throw off anything. But keep the right people around you, and I appreciate you for supporting. I appreciate everyone that's been supporting the Tropical Storm by Stack. I know Shay supported. She tagged me on the story today, so shout outs to Shay too. She tagged me on the story. She bought the cologne for her wifey, which was fire. So make sure you guys tap in with that. But Miss Manifest, can you please talk about the summit that you guys is coming up any moment, and also the money making you happy? And I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I'm just in the background handling a lot of stuff right now, but I appreciate you pulling up. Y'all know what it is. Big Stack, no slack. Got your back. Let's get it.
Woo! I'm excited, everybody. Everybody share it. We up. It's 6:08 p.m. Eastern on my side. I'm from Harlem, New York, so I'm on the Eastern Coast, right? So I'm super happy to be here. My name is Miss Manifest. I help spiritual entrepreneurs manifest their dream business and income. Because what's a dream business without the income? Period. So we're talking about making money, right? So can you make money, right? And will it make you happy, right? This is important because what happened to me was prior, if I don't know my story, I had an eviction notice. I had to be happy about that eviction notice. You know why? Because you cannot treat bills and debt as if it's actually an expense. Did you know that? You got to become happy before you even get the income to pay your expenses off, because that will align you with the vibration so that you can be able to manifest the money to pay that actual expense. But you can't look at it as expense. You got to open it up like it's a check. And I keep talking about that because I do this all the time. I walk around all the time super happy and grateful for the money that's in my pocket. If it's not in my pocket, it's there regardless. You got to be excited about this manifestation and seeing it before it's even there.
And I'm so serious. A lot of people don't realize that. People like, I'm gonna be so happy once I get an extra $1,000 and I can pay my bills. Wrong thinking. You guys, I have to, which I know everybody in this room is high vibrational, but for people out there that have a second guess in their mind that they cannot manifest their income, the first thing that you got to think is, are you aligning with what the money looks like? So if you're manifesting extra $1,000 and you're looking to be happy, right? What are you doing to attract that? Are you changing your wardrobe to attract that vibration? Are you hanging around the right vibration of people to be able to attract that income? Are you jumping for opportunities? You know, myself and Miss Self Love, my business bestie, right? We always go hard. We manifest on paper first. When you become happy, you gotta figure out what's your happy list. I made a podcast about that from A to Z. What makes you happy? You should start from A, like would you like to go to Aruba? B, would you like to get beautified? C, would you like to buy a new car? What's gonna make you happy, right? But the first, it starts within you. Then you have that list because you know the manifestation got to clock in, right? Once you got the list, you gotta let it think, let it simmer, right? And don't worry about it. You gotta set it and forget it. So a lot of people that come into this room, you're in a high vibration right now. You align yourself with these people, right? Big XP mentor advice. Make sure you click in the house above, right? To make sure you're part of that, because when you're in that vibration, that will allow you to be happy because now you're around people that's happy, right? You can't be around sad people. I see people all the time. They're like, I'm so sad. I'm like, who are you hanging out with? Oh, you know, my family. Your family? Like you gotta catapult that. You gotta go beyond your family and your friends. I had to let go of everybody because I was wondering why I was going through all these sad points. They didn't believe in me. Of course I'm gonna be sad. I tell them a dream, I'm excited. They're like, oh, that's cool. All right, let me know how to turn out.
Yeah, trying to dim your light, right,
I
sis?
did my
Trying to
light.
dim my light.
Like what? You gotta separate from these people. That's what makes you happy. But first you should have a list. A lot of people are like, what makes you happy? They're like, oh, you know, I don't know. Woo. That's the first step. You got to get to know and what makes you happy. Nobody else knows what makes you happy besides you. Besides you, you got to meditate on it. And it's not just the money, it's the feeling of why you're going to get this money. What are you going to do with it? But before that happens, you got to feel that vibration. I'm going to leave it there. That's all I got to say because I'm going to go in. Y'all got this. We're going to be consistently manifesting money because we all on a high vibration right now. Let's go.
Says, come on, man. Miss Manifest in the building, and she's in here. Throw some fire emojis in the chat for my sis, because when she come in, you can hear the passion. And that's what I like to surround myself with, people with the passion, that got the fire, that got the energy, that believe in their business, and that actually use the tools that's at their fingertips. Right? Ever since I met Miss Manifest, she's been using the tools that are at her fingertips, getting inside of the magazine, coming to the marketing company to expand her presence, right? That's what it's about. It's about diving in. And if you guys hit this link at the top and click the 15-minute call, you can do the same thing. Dive in, get your magazine placements, get your media outlets on your billboards in your city, outside your city, in Boston at Copley Place. Whatever you want to do, we can do anything you want to do. You having a problem online and your page is stuck or something, or you need it took down, what you want to do, you know what I'm saying? We're going to do everything we need to help you out on the internet. So I'm loving this conversation. Now I want to go over to Miss Self Love, right? Because it's another person, because when you see Miss Manifest, you'll see Miss Self Love, right? And it's another individual that's inspired me to go harder with the podcast, because she's been already doing the podcast for a while. So Miss Self Love, can you please talk about, can money make you happy? And also, I know you're going to be at the summit as well, which is going to be fire. And I can't wait to see the pictures and videos. You know me, I'm like a content guy. The more pictures, the more videos that you put on the media, the more people gravitate towards what you got going on. So, Miss Self Love, over to you. Thank you for coming through. Let's get it.
Let's go. I'm excited. Make sure you're clicking that link above. Book that 15-minute call with Stack with the Pack, the president of Clubhouse. Book that call. See how he can help you out. Definitely do that. I decided to become a full-time entrepreneur because I said the affirmation, I was saying it. I desire to make money with people that I love. With people that I love. So does money make you happy? If you're working at a job that you hate, it really doesn't make you happy. It really doesn't. Money makes you happy when you're making it with the people that you love. When you set yourself up to be around love, then money makes you happy. But it's really the love. Is it really the money, or is it really the love that's making you happy? Because you're surrounded by
Hold
motivational
on. Put some
people.
ones in the chat if you guys agree with Miss Self Love. Put some goddamn ones in the chat. What y'all doing? Wake it up. What y'all doing?
Right. Is it really, I will always think about that. Is it really the money or is it really the love? Because when somebody usually has a story about being broke, it's usually because there was brokenness. It's usually because they were broken somehow by their parents, somehow by heartbreak. Somewhere there was brokenness in the being broke. It wasn't really about being broke. It really wasn't. It was because they were surrounded by negative people somewhere with their family or their friends. So love makes you happy. So when you literally are doing what you do around people you love, that's what's making you happy. So everybody, make sure you affirm today that you can make money with people that you love. I get to be a full-time entrepreneur because I started a podcast. I started a podcast, and now I get to be a full-time entrepreneur, and now I get to help other people create their podcasts. I got to meet with Stack with the Pack, meet Jay Nolan. I get to travel the world doing whatever I want to do or not. I get to have the choice. Now I get to do a summit on Clubhouse and be on Clubhouse. I get to speak on stage with Robin. I get to do all of these things because I decided to do what I love to do. I said, no, I'm putting my foot down with myself and I'm going to do what I love. So when you do what you love, money will make you happy. When you do what you love, money will make you happy. It will because you're around people you love. So I love it. So I'm in self love. I help people start, grow, and make money with their podcast. Thank you, Stack, for letting me speak.
Come on, Miss Self Love in the building. I want you guys to know that they're gonna be coming on the pod. I know it's overdue, but we gotta do the podcast this week. And Miss Manifest, you gotta get like about 8 magazine features back to me. So I can't wait to do that. We're gonna get crazy and we're gonna keep pushing this because it's about up and going to the next level, getting to not staying where you was 24 hours ago. So I appreciate you ladies for coming through. The mic is still open. Anybody can take it. Can money make you happy? We're in a mindset power room. You guys can chime in anytime you want. If you guys are keeping the conversation active, ping the room up and share the room up in the hallway so we can have more individuals come through. But other than that, the floor is open. Somebody else grab the mic. Can money make you happy? Let's go. If not, y'all already know what happens. If nobody's taking the mic, it's gone. It is gone. It's the last call right now. Somebody take the mic or it's over.
Oh my gosh, Stack, it's Tracy. I can
All right,
hop in.
Tracy. You was about to be the last hope. We was about to go down like the
No,
Titanic.
you know what? I don't think you want me to be the last person because I question this topic. And I didn't
Come
want to
on, come
speak.
on, come
I'm a
on.
little
Get it out.
nervous. Okay, just my
Girl, you know
opinion.
this is a safe place for you to just tell the
I
truth. Let's hear it.
I know, I know. Yeah, I know. Thank you. My feeling is money makes life easier, but an easy life doesn't always equal happiness. That's just me, but my belief is happiness comes from within. If you're happy inside your heart, it doesn't matter how much money you have or don't have. I really truly don't believe money buys happiness. But, a big but, there's a big but. That doesn't mean I'm against money. There's a lot that I can only get with money that will bring some happy experiences to my life because I have big dreams and big goals. And listen, I surround myself with all of you. And my belief might be a little different, but I still think we align on the topic. I hope that makes sense. Please ask me a question, Trey, if need be. I've been going for like 18 hours straight now, so I'm a bit tired. But yeah, back to you.
You're so cute, honey. Okay, I'm having a trouble unmiking. Girl, I know what that 18 hours is like. I'm over here finishing my what do you call it? My thing for my workshop coming up on August 17th, digging into landing pages. For those of you who really want to understand what a landing page is, yes. Why? Because I'm the diggably diva. And there's a difference between landing pages, sales funnels, all these things. So, oh girl, I'm feeling you. I'm like, oh, nap. No, you ain't got no time for a nap. Keep going. I appreciate your perspective, honey, because money, money, again, I've had countless perceptions just in my lifetime based on my own experiences at different points, at hearing different people and just learning. So I love hearing where you're at. And there is no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. This is what I love. I believe that there's no right or wrong. There just is. And there's a level of I love Jay talks about of competency. And we're all at different levels of competency. So in the end, there's no right or wrong answer. Just like when you're in kindergarten and you believe that there's only 8 crayons in the box, that does not make it wrong, because you don't have any idea that when you get into a higher grade, you're going to have a whole 24 crayon box that goes to a 48 crayon box, and infinite possibilities. So again, shoot, we're all here learning and growing, being in the different circles. And I am still excited to hear other people's perceptions. So you guys, you heard Stack, and he don't play around. He will shut this room down in no time at all if we are not active. So I love that you guys have been coming up. You've been sharing out the room, even though it's kind of sad that we've had 163 people. 263 people in this room and only have 57 shares. That is just freaking sad. That is just sad. But it's not all on you guys. I'm just expressing this briefly because I just noticed that. And this is a reciprocating place, you guys. Energy is reciprocating, shares are reciprocating, pinging people in. It is all how you do things in one place is how that thing happens in all the other places. So trust and believe. We're over here talking about happiness. We're talking about mindset. Can money bring you happiness? I've heard all kinds of perspectives. Who else is ready to share theirs? Who haven't I heard from? Daphne, have I heard from you? I am not sure. Oh, look, Ebony's has come up. Who else has come up? Host on Tell
What's going
You.
on, Super Trade?
Sam? Hey, is that Jay Nolan?
Man,
OMG.
I
He
literally
has.
have been in meetings this entire time, and I just want to apologize because I wanted to be here faster. But I'm glad that you guys were able to crack in on Stack's awesome title today. Cash, cash. Can money make you happy? All right, I'm going to say something on this because I think it's going to help everybody. They say money's not everything. So put a one in the chat if you've ever heard that money's not everything. Put a one in the chat. If you've ever heard the statement that people say, money's not everything, put a one in the chat. I'm going to go over there. I should put the first one. Have you ever heard? Yeah, look at all the ones. We've all heard money ain't everything. All right. Thank y'all for participating. Money's not everything unless you don't have some. Put that in the chat. Money's not everything unless you don't have some. Because if you don't have some, what does money become to that person? Everything. You take money away from a person, and it's a fact they're not going to be happy. Because in this world, the way things operate now, you must have money or you're going to have to be a beast to live off the land. That means you got to move somewhere that can sustain you never having to access actual money. I want you to think about what you do on a day to day basis. See, when people come up on the subject, most of the time they're tiptoeing and playing with the subject. They ain't really got real on the subject. Money's not everything unless you don't have some. We got to go look at the things that we got to deal with money every day. So, what do you spend money on a daily basis? Put in the chat at least something y'all spend money on every day. Let's get a little participation here before Stack winds out the room. What are some things you spend money on? And just keep putting it in there. Like type in at least 5 different things that you spend money on or that money's having to be required. So say, for example, you're not actually spending money out of your pocket every day for electricity, but it's costing you money every day that you pay at least once a month. I'm gonna go over in the chat. What y'all spending money on? Uh-huh. Food, transportation, Arby's, like clothing, rent, utilities. You see, if you have to sometime or another pay money for something, then you're living in a world to where you must respect money. And you must respect the fact that if you don't have it, you will not be happy. I'm telling you right now, you can't feed your kids. You watch how happy you are. You're not going to be happy, right? You don't have, like, there's basics. You got to have shelter. You got to have food. You got to have safety. Those are the three foundational cores to life. Look at this. Hmm. Yeah, like Tracy says, heat and gas does not buy you happiness. Take the heat and gas out and see what happens. I gotta laugh with Tracy because she live up in Canada. I want you to imagine not having no heat. How fun that would be, having to make fires all the time. But again, you can do it. And there's some people, they get completely off the grid. Have y'all seen these people? They get off the grid. They're done. They're off the grid. But guess what I end up watching? You watch those shows with those people off the grid, you see them slide into town from time to time for different things. Because you'd have to live off of the animals. So you have to have horses, buggies. You'd have to have all this stuff. Because if you drive a car, you're dealing with money. If you drive a car, you're dealing with money. If you're dealing with electricity, you're dealing with money. If you're dealing with gas, you're dealing with money. If you're dealing with water, you're dealing with money. So that's true. Money does it ain't everything unless you don't have some. Because every time I see a person that got some money, that's the only thing they can really think about. And so we got to have a healthy perspective on the situation. I'm really raw when it comes to money. Money to me is an energy, and it's dictating the things that I need to run my life every single day. So I'm not going to say, money, you don't make me happy. I'm going to tell you why. Miss Manifest, you might want to come in back behind me on this. I don't know if she's still in the room. There you are. Miss Manifest, you and Miss Self Love, y'all might want to come behind me. All right. You say to a person, which is just another form of energy. That's what a person is. You don't make me happy. This manifest. If I
Mm.
say to a person, you don't make me happy, how would that person feel about me, Miss Manifest?
That person is gonna feel upset and we feel low vibration.
So that's why we gotta watch it. Because I can see where a person's coming from, but I want to know if y'all feel where I'm coming from. Put some ones in the chat if you understand where I'm coming from.
Put some ones in the chat now.
Put some ones in the goddamn chat. Right, but do y'all understand where I'm coming from? Like, to say something doesn't make you happy, yet you try to have a relationship with that thing, but you say, yo, no, money, you don't make me happy. Why would money want to be with you? Have you ever thought of it that way? I don't think anybody's really thought of it
Hold
that way
on,
in the
Jay.
room
I
today.
thought about it like that.
Did you, Stack? I mean, but, because you got a healthy perspective. Like, what did you think, Stack? Like, can you imagine saying, you don't make me happy? Like,
You ain't never
if I
gonna get
told
no
y'all in the
money.
room, you're not gonna get money. You're not gonna have. It's not gonna have a good. This manifest just said it. You're gonna have a low vibration with money, and you know that if that's the way you are taking that stance in this world, I want you to be really honest with yourself because it's a big fight if you don't. Go get off the grid. Go to Alaska somewhere. Go somewhere and get off the grid and see if you can never ever have to deal with money ever again. That thing that don't make you happy. Go see if you can. How long it'll take you to be able to make it. Now you might be able to pull it off, but it's gonna be tough to never have to deal with money. Can you imagine Stack never ever never deal with money again?
Hell yeah.
Say, I'm done
Well,
with it.
I like to the fine dining experience too much, Jay. So I couldn't
You want
even
some maestros?
imagine.
You want some maestros? You want to have a little lemon drop?
Little
I
lemon
mean, y'all
drop with
got.
the maestro. Jay already know that's my favorite. He already know that get. I'll dive in the water by the water messing with the lemon drops.
So I really, 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 really. I like Amanda says, talk nice to your. Amanda said it. Talk
Talk
nice to your
nice to
money.
your money. Yes.
Yes. Out there right in self love. Like, tell money you love it. Like, what in the hell's wrong with your thought process for you to say, I don't love you and you want some of it? That's like wanting a piece of ass, but then you just don't love, you don't want to give up no love for it. Come on. That's what's wrong with most relationships. People just want some sex. They don't want to give no love. What kind of relationship is that? You want sex without some love. It's an empty ass relationship. You know it, and I know it. So if you want to have the right perspective, I really presented you something to really think about. And I don't know what y'all gonna do with that because most of y'all feel guilty about what I just said. Y'all got an unhealthy perspective on the love of money. Somebody tricked you, but you better get a better relationship. You better have a better energy towards money if you want some. Otherwise, would y'all please tell us your plan when you gonna get off the grid? And then we would love to document it, but that's gonna take some money. We can't even go document you living off the grid without somebody because we gotta have the cameras. And by the way, when you go off the grid, don't take nothing with you because it costs money. Go out there and figure out how to make yourself an axe. Go figure out how to make yourself all these things that you are off the charts taking for granted right now. That's just my perspective, Stack. Over to you.
Okay, did the room just go quiet or is it just me? Oh my gosh, Jay, that is freaking so powerful. And let me tell you, it wasn't until a few years ago when I really had to leave my marriage that I was so ready that I didn't even care. I packed up what fit in that I could fit in my truck because I had a Cadillac EXT, that extended cab thing. Yep, if it didn't fit in there, I walked away from my home that I bought with my own credit because the husband did not even have freaking credit when we got together years ago. Walked away from all of everything, all of my comforts, and I had just sold another property and had just bought new furniture, a new bed that I had needed for probably years. Left it all, left it all to go live in my car, to couch surf. And not saying that that was fun, but it's what I had to do. And during that time, let me tell you, I got real clear about what you're saying about how much I allowed that comfort to hold me back because I kept choosing that comfort instead of choosing my happiness. I chose oh, well, at least you got somebody. Oh, at least you have a house. Oh, at least you have a husband. Oh, la, 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 la. But he was not the right partner. He was not helping me. He was holding me back. He was smothering my dream every day. So, what is smothering you from your dream? Because in the end, you could have all the money in the world. We see how many millionaires are unhappy, how many millionaires take their lives every freaking day. All these celebrities, all of these people who work so hard to get what they got, most of them, and not know what to do with it when you have it. So I am so grateful for what you just shared because it is true. When you get really clear about who you are and what you're here for, I knew I never wanted the big TV. I never wanted all the fancy cars that we had. I didn't want all of this stuff. I wanted to be able to help people and pour back into people. So I love, just like what Stack says, I attract money. I am a money magnet because I give money purpose. Money knows if it comes to me, I will give it purpose because I am a gift. I am the gift that keeps giving to all the people who are ready to ask, the action takers, the people who are going to stick up for themselves, who are going to communicate that they are ready and take the action to do it. This is an action taking room. I am so grateful for you, Jay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who's ready to get this mic? Who else heard what Jay said? I would love to hear what you got out of that.
Hi, it's funny we're talking about relationships and how it's relating to your mindset and everything you are going through. By the way, before I start, I'm a calligrapher. I'm heading to the second medium. Okay, so my husband when he was going through the cancer treatment and when he got out of surgery after that, my husband he pulled back I didn't want, like PDA or anything. And it really surprised me. And I said, you know what? If you want the love making out of the inclination and just focus on like holding hand, hug, the typical kiss, I will take it. Because I told him if I don't have any of that, our relationship will not survive. And he heard me. And it took him a whole day to process that information with what I said. And then the next day, he was like, he wanted it to be, a minimum of PDA. So I was thinking, with the mindset I have right now, I realize that I stood up to make a point of how I want it to work, and not just take what I have to accept because of what is given to me. So I fight for what I believe is right. So I want to know if there's a way I can talk to you about making an appointment to talk about this thinkability, because I'm curious about what I can do in my situation right now. Maybe it's you or Jack or Robert. Where should I go to make the appointment? It's making me realize that I'm a person who will fight to get what you want and make it work. It just took me right back to my relationship time with my husband, so I always speak up and not let myself hold back. I'm not doing that anymore. So
I love it. Look at her stepping up. Raquel speaking more and more and more, being that leader that she's gonna need to be for a whole community. There's a whole hearing impaired community. They're looking for leaders. As a matter of fact, that's what the room's gonna be about tomorrow. I'm gonna post it right after this. It's gonna be about leadership. How critical is leadership? Everybody in here is being called to lead. You're not here just to participate. You're called to lead. That's the only type of rooms we put together is developing leadership. And so we want to raise that up. Now, listen, I got a link up at the top. I want every one of you to go through the webinar. It's the most important business piece, in my opinion, that you can have when it comes to systems and automations. So I'm training folks through a free webinar, and I'm giving you a free ebook of how to master sales funnels. So when you go there and register for the on-demand webinars, you'll be able to watch it, bam, right there. So you're registered, you can watch it. So click on the link, register, you can watch it then, or you can watch it at your convenience. You'll be given access to that webinar. It's going to teach you how to master that. Why is that important? It's going to bring you more money. More money is going to give you more resources. More resources is going to give you more impact. And so that, I appreciate you, Raquel, for what you just shared, but I want everybody to really feel challenged about the subject today, about getting your energy straight. I looked over in the chat. I was cracking up because Professor Dalton says, "Hey there, money. I really like you. In fact, I think I love you. You make me feel very happy." Just take that think word out of there, Doc. Look at you, Doc. Even though you went for it, Doc, you see that word think? I want Doc to come off the mic. You see that word think, Doc? I'm gonna tell you about that word think. What's Professor Dalton at? Professor Dalton. Where Professor Dalton go? Is he in the room? Professor. Going once, going twice.
I'm here. I'm here.
All right,
I'm here.
all right. Now watch these words because it's powerful words. Hey there, money. I really like you. In fact, I think I love you. So that word think there, you know what that's from?
Think and Grow Rich.
I'll give you that one, Doc. So do you think you love it? Or do you know? Do
Oh,
you
I know
think you love
so. Now that you mention it, I know so.
it? Okay, that's what I'm saying. But I'm telling you, there's a thing called subconscious programming that we prove all the time that are these small little habits that could be keeping us through from the biggest breakthrough. So I love that you had the courage to put that in the chat. Man, I'd take that one word out and I'd rock with that word, Professor. I'm just saying if I were you, it's just a great word. I love it. And I love you and I appreciate you. And I thank y'all for just really, chiming in and supporting into this room. Because we pour in this room 6 days a week. I don't know if y'all realize that. Like we love this room. We love this club. We love this community. and we show it by our consistency. And there's no thinking about it. And guess what? It makes us happy to see people get impact, to see people get stronger, to see people get better. Now, what we're getting ready to do is we're going to turn it up a whole nother notch. I was just talking to Martin Pratt earlier today, and we were talking about our social media strategies on how we're going to really help people bolster up a lot of engagement, right? So we want to help you get, like, y'all got to get that call with Stack so he can get you some crazy ass exposure. And then we want to do some grassroots. So Stack's got electronic digital strategies to get you a ton more engagement. And then we're going to mix that in with some grassroots, meaning our community to be able to help each of us that want to participate. Now, I'm telling you, it's about 30 to 40, maybe 50 people in this squad. 30, maybe up to 50 people that are in this squad, that this is what you call a social media engagement hit squad, to where we come in and we really go in hard for each other on building out our brands, our messages, our products. And guess what it turns into? More money, more impact. See, I can't feed these orphans that I took care of for years over in Kenya, Africa. I can't feed them on love. Can't do it. Can't feed them on a hope and on a wish. Couldn't do it. I could only feed them on money. That's the only thing I could feed them with was money. I had to buy stuff. I had to buy food. I had to buy supplies. I had to pay for cooks. I had to pay for staff, right? I had to pay for it. I had to pay for gas in the kitchens. I had to pay for pots. I had to pay for pans. I had to pay for plates. Couldn't have them eating with their fingers off the ground. I had to pay for plates. I had to pay for cups. So all these things that are making impact when I go to these battered women and children shelters that we've been supporting for years, I can't pay them. Other would just say, hey, I wish y'all the best. I can encourage them. I can brighten their day with a great message. But you know what they really need? They need some protection. They need that house to be safe. In order for that house to be safe, it needs security systems. Guess what that costs? Money. In order for me to make sure that they feel safe, I need some good air conditioning, some good heat. I need the lights to be on, right? I need all these key things. They need some sheets. They need bedding. They need clothing. Like I'm just naming all the things that I asked y'all to name a while ago. This is what stuff I've been doing for years, and so I always really, really challenge people when they say, I'm like, you better get this straight with money because I'm telling you, it can bring a whole lot of happiness into your life. And I can show y'all videos. And Stack see some of these videos of my children over in Kenya when they are smiling, when they go sing songs to me. And they say my name in Kisi, in Swahili language, when they're singing about how thankful they are that they, because they don't have a mom or a dad. I want y'all to imagine that. And we have to help pay into the villages to help take care of these kids, right? There's a lot of things that go on in this world. And it requires us to have that cash to do it. So that's what I wanted to share. And hopefully some of these words made an impact on you. It's been a great room here today. I turn it back up in the air. Whoever's taking it, go with it.
Definitely want to get in that free webinar. I have already clicked the link. I have watched the webinar. It is so powerful, but that ebook, it is off the chain. So, of course, me being Miss Diggably Diva, I had to really get clear that there's actually a difference between sales funnels and landing pages, which is why they have different names. They provide different services. So, you want to get into the sales is where the money is. I'm teaching the dig into landing pages because yes, our landing page is important, but they are not the same. They are not the same. You want to get it just for the video alone. I'm not kidding. You want to get that free ebook, but then you get to watch the most impactful video. And of course, Jay, I'm like, when can I get a copy of that? Can I start promoting? I
They're
want to use
working on it
that
right
for
now. They're working on it right
those
now.
landing pages. Heck yeah, it's powerful information. So well done, Jay. That was a well done piece of art. So I was really impressed with that. Congratulations on all of your amazing success. And us keeping we're going head to head with running down the how many landing pages we could make by the end of the year. But shoot, it is a freaking honor being on your tail. watching you and learning from all of this, learning from Stack with the Pack. Are you kidding me? Do you guys know he has almost 3 million followers? Almost 3 million. So you guys want to help him get to that 3 million. If you aren't already following Stack on IG, please click his gorgeous face, get into his profile, the same like you want to do with Robert, with Stack with the Pack. Oh, I already said him. I mean, with Mr. J. Nolan, Miss Self Love, Miss Manifest. Yes, all these green beans. Scott, you guys, he doesn't talk much, but Rhino, he is holding down the XP on the back front. He be holding down stuff in the places that the money. So it's important that somebody be in the background doing all that stuff for us to keep XP Mentor going, to keep Jay going, to keep Robert and Stack rolling so that we could be in these rooms pouring into you guys 6 days a freaking week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, you guys, you know it's time to. Oh, hi, how are you doing, Martez? Welcome to the stage. I didn't even see you come up. I might be paying attention. How are you, Renee? Why are you back down? Weren't you up top, Angela? I don't know. It's so nice to see your face. Hey, all you ticketers, did you guys know that that's an invitation for you to come up to join the house? We would love for you to become members of the house. So please click the link up on top, and Jay or Stack will approve you into this amazing house. You just got to have something in your profile, social media connected, so we know that you're a real person. Woo! Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys just saw the link change, because it is imperative that you get in with Stack with the Pack. It is time for you to get leveled up in your business. I don't care what your business is, you need social media presence. That is the way things are going now. Like it or not, just like somebody told me at the beginning, you guys, January of last year, I had like no followers. I just got on Clubhouse January of last year. And I think I had 19 people on Instagram. I don't even know. It was a sad, sad story. I think I had 4 people on TikTok. I don't know. But now, let me tell you, this is where people are. People are like, do you want to be successful in your business? I was like, well, of course. They're like, well, get over it. Who cares if you don't like social media? You got to get on it. You got to push past it. So get with Stack with the Pack. Click that link above. You're going to want to get your 15 minutes. You guys, you only get 15, not 16, not 17, 15 minutes to change the trajectory of your business. Who's ready to click that link? Who's ready to get this mic? Because if not, Stack's going to close it out anyway.
All right, it's a wrap. Let's go. Thank you guys for joining the XP Mentor. We went all the way in today. Click the link, get the 15 minutes. I can't wait to level you guys up. Let's go. Count to three. We out. 1, 2, 3. We out here.
Blessings, everyone.
Goodbye.